Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the Doodle Stream, where every Friday across Twitch, YouTube, sometimes Facebook, although I have been told Facebook is not working this morning. I already got an alert saying the stream has failed on Facebook. So sorry. But hey, if you're on Twitch or YouTube, welcome back to Doodle Stream, where we spend 3 hours together while I attempt to doodle out your ideas and suggestions from the chat. I pick the theme most of the time, but today's theme is picked by one of my awesome patrons. We'll get into that in just a moment. And you get to pitch the ideas, and we draw them live before your eyes. Before we dive into the doodles for today, I'd like to remind you guys where you can find me outside of our time here together. You can find me online. You can find me on the internet. KevinAHinkle.com is my website. It's where I have my full portfolio of work. It's also updated. It is updated in real time. So as I finish new things, it gets updated to the site. If you'd like to see that, you can also find my shop on there too, where I sell stickers and prints and all kinds of good stuff. You can find me on social media at MrHinkleDraws. That is where I share all my work on all the socials. I'm pretty much on all the things. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscription button. If you're watching on YouTube, if you're watching on Twitch, would really appreciate the follow, and hit all the likes, hit all the hearts, hit all the thumbs up, all the things you see to validate my entire career. That would be lovely, be really nice. If it's within your means, please consider supporting my work over on Patreon. Patreon helps content creators like myself by providing a platform for their fans to pledge continuous financial support. Tiers are as low as $1 a month, but there's a bunch of different tiers, and they have various rewards, exclusive content, polls, tutorials, real gifts in the mail, and tons of opportunities to directly impact the things I'm doing. So I definitely treasure the people that support me on Patreon. Please consider it. It does mean a lot to me. It makes a huge difference to me and my family. This is my full-time job. I am an artist full-time. So if you enjoy seeing the artwork I share on the internet for free all the time, or these live streams I do for free, please consider throwing $1 my way every month, or $5 or $10 or anything that you feel would be appropriate for the content you enjoy. And it would be really, really nice, especially because sadly, I didn't lose one. I didn't lose two. I lost 3 patrons in the last week. So it would be nice if we could get some people to kind of balance that out. So head over to patreon.com/MrHinkleDraws for more information on that. One of the rewards that my patrons do get is a shout out during all videos and all live streams. So that is the list you see before your eyes. These folks have already pledged their support. So thank you again for supporting what I do. It's really appreciated. And speaking of support, we are entering into a phase of the show where I've asked my patrons to make suggestions for themes of the Doodle Stream. And so today's theme is musicians, musical groups, music in general, kind of in that vein. And it is sponsored by John Y. So thank you, John, again for your long-standing support on Patreon. It is greatly appreciated. He did give me a prompt ahead of time that I could work on as a warm-up. Which is the Beatles. I didn't quite finish, so we're gonna get back to it in a second because I need to do one more. I can't just do 3 Beatles, but we'll finish that, and then we'll move into a little bit more of the interactive portion of the show. Helping me out today, we got my buddy Steve, aka Building with Steve, is here to help me take care of the chat. What's going on, Steve?
Hello. Good to
How
be
are you?
here. I'm good. I'm dry.
Oh, good.
Yeah, for those of you that are not in the Northeast here, it has been raining the entire week, pretty much. And today is no exception.
This is very true. It just never stops raining. We got a lot of folks already watching in the chat, so hello to all of you. We've got, let's see, /Spyrazin6. I think that's how you say that. Hello. Thank you for watching on Twitch. I appreciate that. Bubba Laveau is here. Hello. Brick Enforcer's watching over on YouTube. Sue is here. What's up, Sue? Nice to see you. Hello, Alyssa. Welcome. It depends on which 3 Beatles controversy. Yells in Nashville. Music. Yeah, get a little bit of a twang on there, maybe. All right, let me finish drawing this. So we are going to get into that. Just call me Slash. Or should I say Juan? Uh-oh. Did you get a new identity? Have you changed your identity, Juan? All right. Make sure you behave yourself, my friend, because your other account is banned, and it is banned for a reason. So make sure you behave yourself. No getting a little crazy. All right, let me get this picture back so I can finish this real quick. So this is just my warm-up. I want to finish this up, and then we'll get into the main event, as it were. What's up, Lindsay? But Steve is here, and he's taking your suggestions, so don't worry. They're not being lost while I work on
Yep.
this.
We've got some good suggestions already that I put in the private chat.
That's our formula. That's what we do. So you don't need to spam anything. It does get collected, copied, and pasted, and then it's in a nice repository of ideas that we can go through. And yes, Alyssa says, is the con scene back? It is very much back. It is very, very much back. Went to a show last weekend up in Massachusetts, pop culture show. I've got 5 others on the books confirmed, and I've got I should say I got 2 more that are pending. So we are very much back in business.
And I helped you with that, the one last weekend. That was a lot of fun.
And it was very helpful because that was definitely the day I needed help. It was not really, the foot traffic was very light on Friday. It was probably lighter on Friday or on Saturday. On Sunday than it was on Friday. But Saturday was really the day that having somebody help was a big difference. That was very, very helpful. And it was financially a success, which is all that really matters. See, Brick and Fortune says, nice. And Slashes, don't worry. Like I said, I'm taking patience on everyone. Okay, good. Very good. That's what I like to hear. Patience is a virtue, you know. So yes, this is the warm up. So when my patrons give me a suggestion for the show, I let them know that I'll draw something that they would like as a warm up. And this one was a little bit more involved than a normal warm up drawing. Usually, it's like one character or one thing, whereas this is a band of 4 people. So it ran a little bit over for me. So that's why I'm just going to finish this up, and then we'll get into the main event. So my apologies. I'm sorry. We're not starting off directly interactive.
That's okay.
And I'd be very interested as folks pop into the stream. If you are new here, please let me know. I gave out a ton of business cards over the last weekend, and I talked about the stream at great length with many people. So let me know if you are new, because that would be super cool.
Yeah, it would be nice to. I see a lot of people that have been here before, which love to see the regulars. But,
absolutely. Nothing wrong with being back again.
It would be nice to see some new people as well. So if you're here, don't feel like you have to just lurk. You're welcome to speak up.
Absolutely. And I hope everybody's doing well out there in the internets. Lindsay says, so happy you had a good show. Yep. Breaking Forces says, when are you coming to Chicago? I don't know. I'm sticking local for now. Travel's expensive, as you know. Not that there's a lot of really awesome shows that I am considering tabling at in the future, and I'm sure Chicago has some great ones. I'm pretty positive of that. So we'll see. But as of right now, as of this year, I'm sticking pretty local. So right now, the furthest I'm going is Jersey right now. I'll probably end up going to Philly, but I don't have confirmation on that yet.
Susanna says, glad to hear it was a success. Can't wait to move to the Northeast, and then I can bug you more.
Oh, is that a thing? Are you doing that? I have not heard of this. What is this? What is? Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, Alyssa said the Northeast had good cons. It has good cons, which, yeah, we do have a decent number. There's a lot of little small ones that happen around here, too.
You need to move a little bit. You need to lean in. Lean in. All right, there you go. There you go. All right, I think that will conclude that warm-up drawing. Probably the most intricate warm-up I've ever done. All right. And I don't even know how successful it is. Some of those are a little bit better than others, as per usual, right? As per usual.
Yeah.
All right. So
I think that's pretty good for a warm-up.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that one just seemed like they, they had some fun outfits on. So I was like, yeah. All right, let's. Yeah.
Joseph Zawada in the chat. Good morning.
Hey, what's up, Joseph? Larry, hello, Larry.
Yep, just about to say hi to Larry.
All right. Okay, let me actually go into the private chat and pick ideas people have submitted to be drawn. KK slider, that's clever. I might just draw that because of how clever that is. It's a musician. I think I'm gonna do that. There we go. All right, we'll do this one next. That's not what I had in mind. What's up, Miner Makes Mocks? Hello. Sue says, yep. Yeah, Southern Girl is off to the north. Off to primarily annoy Pablo and find adventures with him. So just like a visit or like moving? Moving or visiting? All right, KK Slider. And Larry says, I hope you brought home the Benjamins. I brought home a few Benjamins, Larry. It was a financial success. I can't retire off it, but I didn't lose any money. It was a success. So who's moving? Okay. Cool. Well, good luck with that. All that. I know that's an ordeal on its own. I've done that a few dozen times. Whereabouts? You don't have to give me, your longitude and latitude, but
Miner Makes Mocks is here. And
yes, I said hello.
Why Lego Wiz?
What's up? What's up, Why Lego Wiz? What is up? But yeah, it was good. It was a good show, and I'd be happy to talk about the show if anybody has any questions or if we just need things to talk about, which we usually do. It was good. My next show, if anyone is curious, is actually at the end of this month, and it is called Terrificon, and it is happening at the Mohegan Sun Casino in Connecticut. It's a little closer to home, a little bit, not terribly different than my last one, which was an hour and 45-minute drive, and this one is an hour drive.
Yeah.
So
now, I have not been to Terrificon, but I have been to the other competing one of the other competing ones in Connecticut. The
Connecticut?
I've been to Connecticut, but then there's also Comic Con with two N's.
Oh, does that still happen? I think it's defunct.
I think it is defunct as well. They were supposed to have a show last year, which was going to be like their 10th anniversary show, because before that it was called Hartford Comic Con, but it was the same guy. But they were supposed to have their 10th anniversary show last year, but then obviously COVID hit. And then like there's nothing, like they haven't officially canceled it, but like there's nothing on the Facebook page or anything like that.
Gotcha.
So I don't know. I hope that one was a good one. That one was at Foxwoods. But I don't know. I have a feeling that might be defunct. But I know that one was fun, and the casinos are a good place for conventions. So I'm sure that Terrificon is going to be a good one.
I was looking at the guest list, and there are some heavy hitters. Hitters going to that one. Like, what's his name? The guy that played Yondu and Merle in Walking Dead, that actor. There's actually a bunch of Walking Dead folks. But I mean, I was like, whoa, these are some A-list actors and actresses coming to this.
Now, I forget, one of the did you sign up for, or you try to get into Rhode Island Comic Con?
I have an inquiry that I sent. It's not an application because you can't actually apply on their site as of right now.
Okay.
It just has like a apply, and then you go to it, and it's just like, please email us directly. There's no form or anything. So I do have an inquiry saying, hey, are you accepting applicants? And that is almost maybe 6 weeks ago, and I've heard nothing.
Because I believe that the Rhode Island Comic Con is run by the same people that ran Comic Con, the 2 N's.
Okay.
But
might be.
I know Rhode Island is a big one.
That is a big one.
Amazingly like big for the smallest state.
Yeah. Isn't that their like tagline?
Yeah, something like that.
It's like the biggest show in the small state or something. Something to that effect. Let's see what do we got here in the chat. Minor Makes Mock says, which show did you go to? I went to a show called the Northeast Comic Con in Boxborough, Massachusetts, which is basically Boston. Sue says, I need you to draw a banjo for me. It's imperative. I appreciate that assertiveness. Larry says, I'd love to see some new peeps in the stream today. Yeah. I hope you warned them all about the Lego nerds. I did not. I didn't do that, but it would be nice to see some new folks. But yes.
Brick Enforcer, what did you sell a lot of? Well, I know Saturday when I was there with you, you did some calculations, and there was some interesting, like, I wouldn't say anything was like a huge heavy hitter. I think like the most something sold was like 4 or 5 stickers.
Right. I didn't sell out of anything, so there was no like which was kind of a goal of mine. I was like, I hope to sell out of something. That'd be kind of neat to like just literally sell out of a thing. But I didn't sell out of anything. The winners. So obviously the stickers, right? I have stickers. You guys know I have stickers. If you don't know I have stickers, I got stickers. Definitely check it out. They're available on my Etsy shop. They're on my website. But I have lots of stickers. I have almost 80 sticker designs that are available. And so I sold a lot of stickers. All in all, it was 141 items sold. Okay, 141 items sold, mostly stickers, but that also includes art prints. There wasn't a lot of them, but it happened. And one commission. I did get one on-site commission, which was cool. And I posted that this morning. So if you follow me on social media, I posted the Boba Fett this morning. That was a commission that I got on site.
Very nice, by the way.
Thank you. I was very happy with it. And so for stickers, the big seller was the Mandalorian and Majora's Mask. Those were the heavy hitters.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about those.
And they tied. They actually tied for like best sellers.
Though you did get a good number of people that bought some of the dog stickers.
Yeah, pugs.
The pug and the Dalmatian, I believe.
Yeah, that's correct. I think I might have sold one bulldog, I think. Maybe. All right, there's our KK slider.
For those of you that may not follow Kevin on Patreon, which, first of all, why aren't you?
First of all, why? Yeah, exactly.
But Kevin has teased that he is working on cats next.
Yes. Yep.
So if you're anything like me and you're a cat person, that will be interesting.
All right, I'm gonna look up the next thing here. Let's see what we got. Oh, let me draw this banjo because that's imperative to Sue.
Oh yes. Sorry.
That's imperative. So I don't want to.
You could have given KK a banjo, but
I could have, but I didn't do that. I need to make sure I have this imperative thing drawn. Let's see. Where did that go? Yeah, there you go. Put that on the screen. Yes, cats are next. I've already started the cats. I've already done the preliminary like sketch of all 10. And I have pretty much finished 3 of the 10. So, but yes, I've been posting on Patreon. But I've been using the lens feature, which is always hit and miss, but it's there. It's kind of like stories, but it's on Patreon. So you can go like look at my icon and it's like a screenshot. So let's see. Minor Makes Mock says, kind of sad Brick Fair is downsizing. I know nothing about that. I have no idea what's going on with Brick Fair. Let's see. Larry said, oh yeah, Michael Rooker is his name. Will be in Denver too, Halloween weekend. Fan Expo is what Denver Comic Con is called now. Oh, did they, because Fan Expo is a thing. It's like a legit huge enterprise. So
maybe they were bought out by Fan Expo.
Yeah, because there's no way they would have just changed their name to Fan Expo.
Yeah.
But I'm going to Fan Expo Boston. That's my biggest show to date that's been confirmed. Fan Expo Boston.
And when is Fan Expo Boston?
That is I think September. And I actually had my dates wrong because I had it in my phone as July, and then I was looking at the website and I was like, "Oh, that's not July." That almost was a big mistake. Down. Oh, I think she replied about Sue said something. Yeah, moving is an ordeal from Kyrgyzstan to Missouri and Louisiana and then some. Yeah, that's the thing. That is a thing. Let's see. The reason I created a Twitch account is because I wanted to attend your streams because you know what happened. Well, I think you could still watch, couldn't you? I don't think when you ban an account, it stops you from watching. Maybe I'm mistaken. I've never been banned, so I don't know.
Was someone banned?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, there you go. Fan Expo HQ. Yep. Last year for New Jersey and only 2 shows a year from now. Oh, that's what you mean. Okay, I got you.
Yeah. It
takes a lot of money. Takes a lot of money to do something like that. If you don't have bodies coming through the door, then what do you expect? You got to make money. It takes money to make money. But, you know.
And honestly, like, I love conventions in general, but maybe this is just me getting older, but I've started to realize, like, there is a certain quality that you want to maintain. Sometimes, like, I don't know.
Yep.
Just if it gets to a certain level, it's like, this is not worth it. It's not that fun if it's not like a certain size.
Yeah. And just, you know, not to get into that whole ordeal, but I've also said for years and years that Brick Fair is just absolutely atrocious at marketing itself. So it doesn't do any advertisement. It does a very poor job at marketing and advertising. So it just doesn't pull anyone new. It just relies too heavily on word of mouth, and that just doesn't work. You just can't do that. It's not a sustainable business model.
There are a lot of cons in general, not just Brick Fair, that do that. And
yeah, I can't believe I didn't know about that show that I went to that you told me about.
And I was surprised. I was pleasantly surprised that was so. It was on the bigger side.
Yeah, it wasn't like a rinky-dink little show.
I kept, seeing ads for that on Facebook and mentioning to you, like, I finally asked you, like, is this something that you know about? But I was, like, afraid not to name any cons or, like, talk bad about them. But you and I went to one that was rather small.
Are you talking about my hometown con?
Yeah, your hometown con. You remember that?
I remember you guys saying it was happening, and I'm like, there's a convention in the town I live in? Do you know where I live?
And I get, because once you go to, like, one con, like, you start getting the
like targeted ads.
Ads, and I get ads for different conventions, different Comic Cons, like, all the time. And some of them are like, it's like, what is this? It's like in the gym of a high school, and I'm like, okay, like, just call it. That's not a con. Like, just.
Oh goodness.
And that's, again, like, I love Comic Cons. I love the energy at them, but at some point you got to be like, okay, this is kind of pathetic. Like, let's call it quality, not quantity, people.
Okay, let's see. I'm gonna do this crazy guy. That's what's up, Hawkeye? Let's see, where did it? So let me go back. When was that post? That was at 10:13. All right, we're gonna do. Alyssa says Ryan. Is it Martini from Mudvayne? He looks kind of crazy. So we'll do that guy. All right. Bubble the says, so what you say, Brick Fair needs a fancy new logo? No, I already gave them a fancy new logo like 2 years ago. They don't need another one. I didn't change the font, though. I was not allowed to change the font. I literally was not allowed to change the font. But I updated the logo. Minor Makes Mock says, the quality of the show is important, so maybe they will do more with Alabama in the future. It's never full, and I think they could bring a lot more people. Yep, they just need to advertise. Gotta market. Hashtag marketing. Okay. But yes, cats are the next stickers that are launching, and then I might do. I don't know if I want to go straight from cats to zoo animals because that's like the next thing that I need to do. But I also want to do like a couple more like pop culture-y kind of things.
Yeah, you had teased. You're going to a couple of horror.
Yeah. Well, actually, you know what? What am I doing? I already thought about this last night. The thing I need to do is my prints. That is like priority. That's the next thing I need to do is more prints.
We talked about that. I think you and you have only 3 prints, and a couple of them did sell, but
yeah, they're old, and they're old too. Like they're from 2019, which is basically ancient. And you know, as you know, I was using those Doodle Stream prints as basically filler. I didn't expect to sell any. I sold 1, which was amazing, but those were my copies, like my copies of those prints. So, which is fine. I could easily just make more, but like they weren't made to travel around at the show and be advertised. So I don't have like that one that I sold. Like that was the one I sold. So I don't have another one. So it's like, well,
I imagine next year, like you did this past year, you probably reprint them if people want them.
Yeah, I will.
When you offered up those prints last year, you did the 2019 and 2020.
Mm-hmm.
You can always get them reprinted.
I will most likely do the same thing. I don't want people to, well, maybe I do want people. I want people to like the concept and get hooked on it, and it'd be like, oh, well, I need the old ones, and then, well, here you go.
And I did talk to at least one person while you were away from the table on a break about the, like you said, we had a lot of interest in the
show,
in those prints in particular.
Oh yeah.
Prints. And I know you've mentioned trying to do a book at some point, maybe a sketchbook of those. Yeah, like a doodle book.
Yeah, a doodle book. I just kind of want it to get to the point where there's like a lot, because I want it to be like hefty. I want it to be like a hefty book. Let's see. Larry says Denver has typically been pretty big, 3rd largest in the country in 2017. Are you sure about that? I'm pretty confident Phoenix was actually 3rd for a number of years. It was San Diego, then New York, and then Phoenix. Not that I doubt you, but I'm pretty sure Phoenix had that mantle for quite a while. That was before they couldn't call it Comic-Con anymore. Then it was Pop Culture Con. I do remember when it switched from Comic-Con to Pop Culture Con. I remember that. I remember that branding exercise. All of the changes have had negative effects. Yeah, here's hoping that'll get better. Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, this guy's like got like hair horns. He's kind of crazy. Let's see. That's why I was like, yeah, we should do this guy. We should draw this person. The other problem with these shows is they probably all just market themselves as the biggest shows, so that doesn't help.
Yeah.
The biggest show. It's like, well, you're all the biggest show.
It's always hard to tell how much of the marketing is hype.
Maybe I was a victim of marketing.
Susanna says marketing is so important. Got to do it and do it right, folks.
You do. You really do. You can't just like assume. Don't assume everyone's going to know your show and they're just going to go. That's silly.
And that's
silly.
I think you and I have talked about stuff like that, although you're not necessarily a marketing background. I feel like you have a good, at least, handle on that, or eye for the visuals of the marketing.
Yeah.
And there's just some things that are like you were talking about Brick Fair, but there's other things that various cons do that are just like, what are you doing? What's
what do you? Yeah. What do you do? What is this? What is this all about? All right, let's get this.
Susanna says freelance artists must know their business and marketing hands down. Yeah, that's what I guess I'm trying to get at. Like, although you are not officially trained in marketing, like
No.
you've done enough of it through everything else that you have a pretty good handle on it.
Yeah. Well, and also just realizing some of it is just realizing what you need to do and taking steps to figure out how to do it. You know, it's just like being able to go, I don't know the answers and I don't know how to be, you know,
Right.
But like, I also am not too proud to be like, all right, how do I do this? Let me look up a tutorial video, or let me look, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is the thing I need to do. So how do I make it happen?
That's a good, like, not being too proud. Like, okay, like,
yeah, I do.
Acknowledging, like, look, what we're doing is not the greatest. Like, how do we do better with this? How do we improve?
Like, yeah, I have looked at plenty of like what you would consider maybe rudimentary tutorials on like what are the best way to like write your copy on an Esting listing or Etsy listing on your. I'm like, okay, teach me. Maybe I'm not doing this right, you know. And like I've watched stuff on better ways to do, you know, thumbnails on YouTube videos and better ways to do this and better ways to do that. Like I'm constantly watching that kind of stuff because I don't know that I have the right formula. I'm like, whatever, I'll change. You guys know, for those of you that follow me all the time, you know, there's little tweaks and stuff that happen all the time. Little branding twists and stuff constantly.
And I think that there is sometimes, you know, you just got to stick with something, like, instead of, I don't know, you can go overboard and like get too focused on making too many changes and trying to get it perfect.
Yeah.
But when you just sit there and keep doing what you're doing over and over again, like that becomes stubborn. It's like, no, like you need to freshen it up a bit.
Let's see. We got Lawrence is here. What's up? What's up, buddy? Can he have a third eye in his forehead, though? See, I don't even know who this artist is or this musician, so I'm already at a disadvantage. Lawrence was my booth buddy. He sat to the Steve. He was sitting.
Oh, yes.
Unless I'm mistaken, unless he's had stolen identity.
Well, the first name is Lawrence, which that's not
super common. Not super common.
Well, no, I think. Am I correct in that you're?
Yeah. Yep.
Is that booth buddy Lawrence?
Pretty sure.
Could you maybe confirm that?
Can you confirm if you're booth? Can you confirm if you're booth buddy Lawrence? What a funny statement. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's see. Oh, Prince. Prince is a good suggestion, Larry. It's a good suggestion.
I will say, you know, not to take away from your stream, Kevin, but just to plug something else. That was.
How dare you, Steve?
One of the things I like about cons is just the person we were sitting next to when I was helping there. Just had a really interesting product, and just getting to talk to them and got me intrigued enough to buy a copy.
It's so funny. Don't tell the real Lawrence.
And you know, like those cons, sometimes you come across an artist or something that's like, oh, that's cool. Like I would not have come across that otherwise. Like you get exposed to new stuff.
Yep. So now is the part where I go, how do I fake drawing a bunch of tattoos so I don't have to draw a bunch of tattoos? Let's see. There's like a bat wing kind of thing going on here. There's like a circle with this thing happening. We got this over here. I don't want to say it's shortcuts, but it's shortcuts. And let's see. Sue says, you're an artist. It's inherent to learn then. Business is a bit more challenging, hence the starving artist. Oh, yeah. Artists can make a killing. Learning to sell is a challenge. Yep. Yep. Yeppers. You got to do it, though, you know? You can't sit. I mean, unless this is... Well, I get... Okay, so I guess it's different whether this is like what you're doing, how you're trying to sustain yourself, or if this is really, truly a hobby. You know, like you have a job as a successful bank teller, and this is just kind of what you do for fun, and it's all great, but this is not your income, so it's not as big of a... There's not as much pressure. But if you're trying to live off it, yeah, you absolutely need to get out there and do the thing. Do the thing. I think I'm going to draw a lot of guitars today. That's a guess. I'm just guessing. This reminds me of, was it 2020 or was it 2019? It might have been 2019 when Butt Chop had requested I draw like this certain musician I'd never heard of, and he was like dressed as like a plague doctor on stage, and that was the specific thing. And I was like, this is the most ridiculous thing I've drawn on this show.
I don't know exactly who that is. There are some interesting musicians out there.
It kind of looked like a mummy. He was like wrapped in like a mummy, but it was like bloody bandages and like had a plague. It was weird. It was like when you look at like the images from the show, I was like, oh, that's an interesting one. It like kind of almost doesn't even match. Like, what is this? But yeah, I'm really hoping I can have the cats done and in hand in time for the next show. I don't know if that's going to happen though, because the vendor that I use is a good vendor, but they usually take 2 to 3 weeks to get you the products. And that's like exactly the amount of time. And I still haven't even finished them, you know? So it's like, I don't know if that's going to happen. I did do a reorder. I went through and I did a full inventory of all my products earlier this week. And there was a handful that I had gotten down to like single digits on things. And I was like, okay, let's do a reorder. And it was a massive reorder. It was actually very, very expensive. So I blew all the money I made, and then some. But it's the first reorder really that I've done of almost anything, except for there's a few exceptions. Like I reordered Mario a long time ago because he did really well, and I reordered Mandalorian because that's when I did the updated shiny version. But other than that, most of the stickers have never been reordered from their initial order. So that was kind of cool. All right, there we go. That's our crazy guy. Ryan. Crazy guy. He definitely has these dark eyes, and his lips are pretty much black too. I just didn't want to lose the detail. And those are like hair horns, just so you guys know. That's not like those. That's like his hair is like sculpted as horns. Oh, let me do some strings real quick on this. There we go. That's fine. That's enough. That's enough. Yeah, more so for making a living. Absolutely. Let's see. Lauren says, hey, thanks for the shout out, friends. I shall order more stickers soon. Nice. Appreciate it. Yep, you can get them on either the Etsy shop or you can get them on my website. And my website is always going to be the best way to support me because then I don't have to pay the Etsy fee. But also, that's where I have the entire assortment of stuff I offer because sometimes certain things get flagged on Etsy and I have to take it off for copyright reasons. So keep that in mind.
Yep.
If you know I have something, if you've seen it, and then you go check out my Etsy shop and you don't see it on there, you're like, wait, I thought Kevin had this. It might have gotten yanked off of Etsy for legal reasons, but it would most likely still be on my website. All right, you go over there. And you go over here. Wait, maybe? A little bit. Can you imagine if these guys went on tour together? KK Slider and this guy.
Well, he does do a metal. Have you played Animal Crossing?
It's you know what, the last Animal Crossing I played was the first Animal Crossing, which I think was GameCube. I think.
I think you're right.
Sadly, I do. Yeah, I do not have command set up. I'm sorry.
I only got into Animal Crossing with New Horizons.
So here you go. Let me throw this real quick in the chat. You can either go to Etsy.com/MrHinkleDraws or KevinAHinkle.com/shop, and those are in the video description on YouTube. It's a hint. Yeah, I know. I got so much stuff going on. I have so many. It's just not enough hours in the day. That's it. All right, let's get the next. Let's get the next thing. And yes, it's reminding me once again that this Facebook stream is not working properly. Let me do Prince. I want to do Prince. That's a great one. All right, 1037. That was Larry. 1037. Prince. There you go. The artist formerly known as. Let's see. Let's get this going.
Yes, it is not Prince, the artist formerly known.
It's just the symbol. It's just
the symbol. Yes, the symbol.
I watched Bad Batch this morning, as I usually do every Friday.
Oh, that's right. I knew there was something I was forgetting today. I have not yet watched it.
I am not about to draw Prince holding a guitar. I'm not going to draw another guitar. All right, let's get another picture. I can't keep drawing guitars. Let's do. Which one of these do I want to do?
Hey, I'm getting flack over on Twitter from Bobo Laveau. I am not actually a moderator for you on Twitch.
Are you not?
He's telling me that I should be setting up commands for you on Twitch, but I am not set up as a moderator on Twitch, and I'm also not that
savvy.
I have not looked into that yet. I haven't taken the time that I could figure it out. Sure.
I really need to. Like that is a very important thing. That's a very important to do item for me. Is to get the Twitch stuff a little bit more taken care of, but I just haven't. I'm worried about products. I'm worried about. I got all these other things that are a little bit more tangible and in real time.
Yeah.
I get that having a link to my store is definitely also a tangible thing that could make me money and support my family, but still, you understand.
Yeah.
It will happen. It always happens. When Kevin says it's going to happen, it happens. I have never not done a thing. It just sometimes takes a little longer than it's planned.
Well, like I said at the show, I think you should look at taking some of the little sketches from your doodle streams and turning those into like quick stickers. Those seem to be pretty popular.
It does seem like a lot of people want it, and I guess I just eventually need to get over it and take the compliment, because I don't, as I've said over and over again to you guys, I treat this show as a excuse to practice, to get a little speedier with drawing, to make sure I'm staying, drawing stuff I wouldn't normally draw. It does give me other content I can share across other platforms, stuff that's like videos and time lapses and stuff like that. But I don't really consider most of the artwork to be that stellar. Like, it's just like, it's quick things. Some things miss the mark, but that's kind of the point of it. And I get that some of them do come out looking pretty good. That's why, I'll be like, oh, this is the best one. I'll put this up as the thumbnail, like as an example. Like, that's the thumbnail because it's good. But for the most part, they're just sketches. That's all they're just doodles and sketches. But people keep making comments like they want them, they want to buy them. So eventually I might just need to get over it. Like if this was quote unquote real stuff that I was selling, it wouldn't be as rough. It would be a little bit more polished. Not terribly different. Just like there would be a little bit more to it. Oh, I should put this in front. He's got like I guess that's a guitar strap. Yeah, it is. It's a guitar strap. Let's put that. And we were talking, what an auto-modded comment? I don't know what that means.
I'm not sure either.
I do have like, what's it called? Nightbot. I have Nightbot up. I don't know. It does something sometimes. And yeah, I really haven't had too many issues so far. Thankfully. It's a good thing. I know that time will come eventually. The lovely clitter clatter of the keyboard.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's quite okay. But yeah, I mean, eventually I would love to get to like some other kind of bigger shows that are in, other places, but I think I want to stick within driving distance for the foreseeable future because that's easier to transport my goods to sell.
Well, like Boston Fan Expo will be a good test because that is correct me if I'm wrong, but that's a bigger one, isn't it?
From everything I can see.
Interesting to see how you perform there.
Yeah, should be good. I really hope so.
Yeah.
Let's see. I swore it took it out properly. What happened? I don't even know what's going on. They're having a whole Twitch thing. Boba Lavos's Brian work with a little question mark minifigure face. I don't know what that means either. Oh, what is this? I would think Steve would have set those up already in here while moderating.
Yeah, they're talking about the mod content. And again, I don't have mod privileges on Twitch, and I don't necessarily
want them.
No.
It's like, I don't necessarily want them.
Well, also, we're going through,
it's
StreamYard here. And
yeah.
So I would have to actually be in Twitch to do all the mod stuff.
All right, now it's time to cheat and copy and paste the arm. He's pretty much doing the same thing on both hands, okay? He's got those giant shoulder pads though, which is fun. Let me get rid of something. What do I want to get rid of? Okay. He plays a pretty major role in Ready Player 2. If any of you guys have read that novel or listened to that novel.
Who's that?
Prince.
Prince?
Mm-hmm. Pretty big role. It was good. I enjoyed the first one and I enjoyed the second one. I didn't enjoy it as much, but there was some big twists that I did not see coming. Oh. And everybody that knows me knows I always keep likenesses to the very end because that's the thing that stresses me out the most. Make sure that they look like the people they're supposed to look like. The Near Family Treehouse is here. Hello. Cheater. You're a cheater. I agree. It is. When I actually first started the show, I was pretty adamant that I would never do that. I'm like, I want to keep this loose and I don't want to like copy and paste and I want to just kind of draw everything. And I was like, I'm done with that. I did that for the first, I don't know how many dozens of episodes. And then I stopped. All right, let's see. But yeah, I enjoyed Ready Player 2. I do recommend it. I do not recommend Moby Dick.
Yes, we talked about that.
I still haven't finished it because I'm like, just like, it really is boring. And I hate to say that, but it is. It just is like, can we get to it? Like, can we do the thing? Can we like hunt the whale? There's been like a couple of little moments and I'm like, oh, okay. Ooh, that's neat. All right. But overall, nah. I guess I need to add, I don't know if I want to add the microphone. It might look weird if he's sitting here because he's like singing in the microphone. And if I don't put the microphone, maybe that'll look weird, but we'll see.
Just waiting to see what how this comes out. Haven't really taken a good look at Prince before.
Yeah, he's definitely the reference what I'm looking at. He's like singing on a stage. He's actually, his eyes are closed. But you can't really, doesn't look good. What's up, Family Bricks? Matt is here. Hello. Slash is it's a good suggestion.
Yeah, we were talking before the show about like musicians that have sort of an iconic look to them. That would be good to draw. I did not think of Slash, but yeah, Slash would be
that's a great one. All right, I think
somebody's El Kabong, the cartoon. I don't even know what that is.
El Kabong. El Kabong. Isn't that what's his name? The horse's like alter ego. It's like the Mask of Zorro, but it's like the horse with a
El Kabong.
with a guitar. I think. Maybe I'm wrong.
McGraw's alter ego.
Yeah. El Kabong. That's funny. That's humorous. Should I add the microphone? I probably should. I don't want it to look weird. Let's just do it. This isn't a terrible Prince. Well, thank you. I'll take it. We went back, right? Didn't we go back and look at the Tony Stark drawing? And I'm like, you guys are out of your minds. Or was that might have been Sunday? I think we did that on Sunday. You weren't there, Steve. We went back on the iPad and we looked at the Brian was there and Dorothy was there, and we went back and I'm like, take a look at this Tony Stark and tell me it's not bad. And she was like, that's not bad at all. I'm like, exactly, it's not bad at all. All right, there's the microphone. Put it like right there, and then I'll delete some of this stuff behind it. There you go. There you go. It just doesn't look like RDJ. I think everybody has forgotten what it looks like at this point. It actually doesn't.
Well, who says Iron Man needs to look like Robert Downey Jr.?
Well, that's what I was going for. I was looking at his face when I drew it.
I mean, yeah, if you look at Tony Stark, he's like a generic, like, black-haired white guy.
Yeah.
There's not really much to recognize about it.
Prince is done. And he has the guitar strap, but he does not have his guitar, because how many guitars am I going to draw? All right, let's see. There we go. You can hang out down there. I feel like I've drawn so many because of the Beatles.
Yeah, that was a interesting warm up to start with.
I was like, oh man, I've drawn a lot. I'm like, oh, I haven't drawn a lot. I just drew the Beatles. That's what happened. All right. Okay. Let's do, yeah. And I agree. You could always do googly eyes on them, says Near Family Treehouse. On who? Googly eyes on what are you talking about? Let's see. Slash says, are you shocked from my return to this stream? I am a little surprised. Let's see. Yeah, let's do I'm gonna have to draw the guitar again, aren't I, for Slash?
I can suggest some other ones that
let me
other
take
people
a
not.
I get that I'm gonna have to, but let's see.
There's a Bricks O'Brien sighting in the chat. Hey kids.
He has emerged. Let's see.
Near Family Treehouse. I don't think we said hi to you.
I did. You didn't.
Oh.
Oh, you know what? This is pretty funny. This Bith from the Star Wars, the Katina band. That's funny.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that real quick.
I like that suggestion, and I have put that in the private chat. But I will push for you to draw that at some point, Kevin.
Daft Punk. That's a good one. Yeah.
Daft Punk. Come on, you gotta draw Daft Punk at some point.
Gotcha.
That's iconic.
All right, let me draw what's his name in the modal nodes from the Cantina band, because that's funny. It's like KK Slider. It was an unexpected
thing. You're just doing musicians. It didn't say that it had to be real.
Yeah. Let me get a good reference photo here. I think we have to do the one with the flute, right? So you got to do.
I will be right back.
Okay. Okay. Oh, is there an echo? Can you guys hear an echo? Is that just me? Wait, now it's gone. Okay, there's no echo. It was my imagination. What's up, Brian? Yeah, if the horse wasn't sore, enough horses. Yeah, I still don't have any of my commands. They were making fun of me, Brian, because I don't have anything set up because I'm not a pro streamer. This is still like, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I can't keep using the excuse this is new to me, but it kind of is. It's like a tangential thing I do to my business. It's like I do a stream every week, but not really what I do all the time. Dun, dun, dun. But I've been very pleased, back to the conversation earlier about the next wave of stickers. I've been pleased with how the cats are looking. Yeah, old man, exactly. It shouldn't be that difficult, I don't think. Just got to do it. Just got to do the thing. Why isn't it nice noodles? Yes, singing. But yeah, the cats are looking pretty good, actually, and I hate cats, so that means something. I do not like cats at all. So, but I have looked at so many like adorable cat photos over the last 48 hours, and I'm like, right. Maybe I don't hate them as much as I think I do. I'm just scarred from watching awful movie Once Upon a Time. Killer cats. Ugh. But if you look at enough adorable pictures, I guess it makes a difference. All right. Dun, dun, dun. I ban. Maybe because cats look better than dogs. Better subject material. Yeah, so I did exactly what I did with the dogs which is I just Googled like what are the most popular breeds, and that's what I went for. And again, this is all like an entry into this, right? It's like it's the first 10 cats, like it was the first 10 dogs. So there's opportunity for many more. And I would say the chances are pretty high that I will do more because they are, copyright free stuff. So I don't have to worry about any issues. So, I mean, you got a pretty high chance that you're going to see more of these animal stickers, but just start with 10 and 10 is what I've been doing. And so, yeah, I did that with Google. I was like, tell me what the most popular cat breeds are. And I went based on that. And that was like a Persian, a Bengal, domestic short hair, Sphinx. I added one. I added the I think it was the Sphinx that I added because it's so distinct looking. It wasn't one of the most popular breeds, but I was like, that is a very distinct looking cat. It's like very different. It's like the kind of the hairless, And I was like, yeah, that looks cool because it's just very different. I'll see you guys later in 30 minutes. Yep. See ya. Hey, what's up, Haley? Welcome. In the interim, set up commands, website, and store. What is this thing? What is the auto mod doing about cats? I don't understand. Is it doing something? Is it not letting you say something? I don't see it. It doesn't show through. StreamYard. I need to add his instrument. He's just like holding nothing. He's like it's like air guitar, but he's like air fluting. He's air fluting. All right, so it's like this. Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. You guys see that Robot Chicken where they're like, we only know one song, and that's all they play over and over again. And they're like, does anybody have any requests? And they go, oh, you want to hear that one song that we play? And you went right back to it again. All right, let's color this in a little bit more so that you can see the instrument. Dun, 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 dun. Why are y'all asking me to set up commands? This is it is. I don't know why they're asking you to do that. They just see you as such a professional, I guess. That's good. Good job. Good job being a professional. I had a great time on I was on Arctic Arts stream last night on Twitch. He's another artist. And we had a great time talking shop for a lot of the stream, like cons and stickers and prints and what do you do and how do you do it and what's the best practices. It was actually really enjoyable. Lots of shop talk.
I am back. I apologize for that.
That's okay. That's quite all right. I think I'm about done with this actually, so that's good. There we go. There's our Biff musician playing this flute thing. Dun, 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 dun.
I feel like I missed a lot in the chat here.
Oh yeah, they had some kind of discussion about a thing or whatnot.
So Joseph Zawada, I think that would be a good thing to draw as well. I did put that in the private chat.
Let me move. I just keep moving.
Doja Cat, specifically from the Moo interview.
What's up, Ray? I'm sorry. What? Say that again. What did you say?
I'm just catching up on what I missed in the chat. Joseph Zawada mentioned Doja Cat, specifically from the Moo interview. Do you know what that is?
No.
Oh.
I don't think so.
Interesting, because Doja Cat is a popular musician right now, but she actually kind of started as a meme. She made like a dumb little video on Twitch and somehow got made it big. Yeah,
there is a co-host. Yeah, we need some It'd be, yeah, get some ladies in here too. For sure. I agree, Larry. I agree. Why do we get no notification you were going to appear on another stream? What does that mean? I wasn't on his stream. I was just like watching his stream and talking to him. I wasn't on his stream.
Well, Larry suggested Taylor Swift. You actually have a sticker of Taylor Swift.
I do. Okay. Let's draw Taylor Swift. That's a great one. My Taylor. Okay, here's interesting thing. My Taylor Swift sticker gets more views than any other sticker I have on Etsy. And I mean, I'm talking thousands and thousands of views. Like, I think it was at like 25,000 views of my Taylor Swift sticker. And I have never sold any of them. I think it's probably the art style. I don't know, but it's fine. But it's funny because when I go to the analytics, it's crazy how much traffic that sticker gets. It gets a lot. But I also did that one based on her look in whatever was like the current music video that had just dropped, which I think was her song "Me." And that's not like, she's known for having bangs, and she doesn't have bangs there, and so that happened. That occurred.
Is she known for having bangs? I honestly don't know.
I'm pretty confident.
I mean, I'm not so out of the loop that I don't know who Taylor Swift is, but I don't really.
Let's see. Near Family Treehouse says, I suggested see it. Yeah, I think that's in the private chat. Everything gets everything gets caught.
Yeah, you had suggested. I would just say, Near Family Treehouse, you had made a bunch in one post, and I would say, like, one suggestion per message.
Oh, that can get jumbled up and difficult for me to see.
Catherine Gosnell, Dolly Parton. That's a good one.
Hey, welcome. Which I'm looking through reference images here to see which one I want to do.
Stevie Nicks.
And Dolly Parton is a good one. Let's see. I guess I'll just do this one. We'll see. This one might be a little difficult. So Near Family Tree. I said choose one. Let's not. Let's relax a little bit on that. Let's ease up on that one.
Larry says, I was forced to see Taylor Swift in concert once. One of the most well-done performances I've ever seen.
I believe that.
I'm not a fan of her music, but I can recognize that she is a very talented performer. And I have no doubt that her concerts are probably like really high energy, like good things.
Yeah, for sure. Just slap your sticker. It's like, and done. We need a Twitch mod educational video. If only someone knowledgeable about Twitch would make one. # best mod building with Steve. Nice. Congratulations on that title,
Thank
Steve.
you. I don't know what I've done to deserve that, but thank you.
I was like, did you know you had it? Let's see. Oh, this one. Well, we'll see how long this takes me because this one could be black and white as well.
Brian says, Steve is too busy regretting going to Brick Fair to make that video. Regretting not going to Brick Fair. Brian, I told you, I have no idea. For those of you that don't know, my wife is due to give birth within the next 2 weeks. And she is insistent that I should go to Brick Fair, which would be a week after she gave birth. But I'm like, I don't think that that's a good idea.
I don't think so, but that's just, hey, what do I know?
She's the one that's pushing for it. She's like, well, I'll be home. I can take care of him. But I don't know. Like,
You know, it's
She's
funny.
supporting it, but I feel weird about it.
I mean, everybody's different. Everybody's different. Everybody has different thresholds for what they, you know. But
Yeah.
it's funny because one of my closest friends got married like right after my second son was born. Like I'm talking a couple, like maybe a week or two, maybe. And he had invited me to the wedding. I really, really wanted to go. My wife was like, "You need to go. You should do this. It's fine. It's fine." She still doesn't let me forget that I did that. She's like, "Well, you left me alone when our kid was like 1 week." I was like, you told me to go. It's like, but yeah.
Everyone has said that, and my wife, Liz, is she's a wonderful woman, and she is not the type that is like trying to guilt trip me or anything. Like she legitimately thinks because last year was canceled and this is one of the big things I look forward to every year.
Yeah.
Like she legitimately is like, well, you should go. I just worry that she is also the type that will often take on more than she needs to on her own.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm like, so when she says I should go, she legitimately means that. But I am like, okay, but are you like, should I like leave you in that state? Like, should I leave you when our son is a week old for 2 days? She says she can handle it, but I'm like, I just part of me is like, I don't know if I should do it.
Yep.
I haven't ruled it out though. I haven't ruled out going. I just, you know, I really can't say until my son is born, like, and we see those first few days, like what.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, Bobo Laveau, that's like, she may mean it, but you can still pay for that decision forever. But I wouldn't.
Yes.
She's not the type that would hold that grudge, and like, she's not the type that would guilt trip me about that.
Oh my goodness, what a funny!
I'm more worried about it at a personal level. Like, I don't know if I want to do that.
That's a really funny statement. I love that statement. Like, she may mean it, but you can still pay for that decision forever. Yeah, like I said, I mean, I've got my one little example, and you know, not to say that it like ruins our relationship, but it comes up in conversation a lot more than you think it would. It's like, oh, all right, well, you told me to go.
Yeah. I haven't ruled it out, but I think the biggest thing, everyone keeps saying like, oh, your life is going to change.
Yeah.
Once you have a kid. And I don't, until our son's actually born, I can't quite conceive of what that means. I have some idea, but I can't really totally conceive of exactly how it's going to change and how much it's going to change.
Yeah.
And so really it comes down to like, once he's born, then I will have an idea of like a week from now, can I afford to like be away from her for 2 days?
I don't know how well this is looking like her. This is very difficult. I am trying. I am trying.
Bobo Laveau, I interrupted my wife near the end of the final X-Files episode, and I hear about that once a week still.
Isn't that great how that works out?
I would say, though, as someone that was an X-Files fan growing up, the final episode was not good. Like, that show should have ended probably 2-3 seasons before it did. So, in your defense, your wife was not missing much.
This is how you... Okay, I love it. This is how this goes. Oh, man. Your life as you know it will be gone forever. I mean, it's true, but, you know.
Yeah.
You get used to it. You adapt. It's fine.
It is kind of funny. I think it was you that said it when I was helping you at the Comic-Con. Like, everyone I see, like Lindsay said, say goodbye to sleep.
Yeah.
Larry,
oh, yeah.
Your life, as you know, it will be gone forever. everyone is like, oh, it's going to be terrible. Like, but there are good things. Like, if I wasn't, like, I wouldn't have, like, you know.
Well, why would anybody do it?
I wouldn't have entered into this if there weren't going to be good things. It's kind of funny how everyone's like,
Yeah.
like, always focuses on, like, the bad things.
No, there's some amazing moments for sure. For sure. All right. It's not really like on the money with the likeness, but I think I'm going to call it on that one. Let's see. It's difficult, folks. Likenesses are hard. All right. Let's see. No, that banjo. The banjo. I drew it at like a funky angle, so it keeps like I can't. Let me move it a little bit. Yep. Put it like there, and then I should be able to move Taylor over here, maybe. Yep.
Oh.
Okay.
Just fits.
Exactly. I'll move it a little bit more. Yeah. I'll probably adjust the angle later when I'm making the overall piece. Yep. Let's see. Just need to layer. Wait, what is this other one?
It is. I don't know when you want to switch over. It's 11:23 right now.
Yeah, we're almost there. We should definitely do Britney Spears, especially in light of everything. She's in the news again, so we should do Britney Spears. 11.
Lindsay asks, "Do you have everything you think you need?" Yes, we are pretty well set. I'm sure there are things that we have not yet thought of, but I think we are quite prepared.
Yeah, you just need 1 million diapers. That's it.
Yep. We have a stack of diapers.
Having kids is great for about 14 years. Yep. Yep. All right. Let's see if I can make this likeness a little better. We'll see. I think one of the patrons, I believe, has suggested caricatures for a theme. If I'm
we don't really do caricatures, so that would be
Yeah, I'm like I've done them before, but I don't really like do them. Like I'm no funny figs, right? But I don't mind. I'm willing to give it a shot. I spelled her name wrong. I was like, why am I not getting results for this? Let's see. Okay, yeah. I was like, I know her in the like her most iconic look is like that red jumpsuit. I don't know. And for me, that's like the one like the iconic look that I think of. So I was trying to find that image.
Ray says, "I heard my name."
Hello. Yeah, well now you're gonna have to go back and listen. I can't tell you. All right, I'll try to do that one. Let's see what happens. Baby sacks, an endless supply of baby sacks in all different sizes. Is that like a diaper? I don't think I've ever heard baby sack. 1 million, yeah, but 1 million diapers and wipes, yeah, like 1 million. Like I was telling Steve when we were in Boston, I was like, yeah, like 5 to 7 a day sometimes in the very, very beginning. I mean, it calms down, but in the very beginning, it's intense. Those little babies, you know, they got to get used to using their own digestive systems. Let's see. We're just blocking it out. Block it out. Block out everything. So, I'm going to say this again at the end of the show. And I'm sorry. I know you guys were missing the show last week, and you're like, dang, Kevin's not here. That's sad. There will not be a show next Friday again. And that is not because I'm traveling. Well, I guess I kind of am. I'm going to be at Scout Camp with my son all week next week, Monday through Friday. It's not overnight, but it's 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. every day. So there will be no stream again next Friday. Sorry. But I will make sure to say that again at the end of the stream, and we'll say it again on social media, because I know routines, once you get to a certain point, it's hard to break the routine.
Yeah, Lindsay says, I was so lost last Friday. No Kevin stream or Brian stream. Oh, yeah. That's right. He was at his wedding.
Yep. A little disorienting.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, exactly. Lindsay's like 10 plus diapers in the beginning. Yeah, at the beginning, it's like intense.
Huh.
I mean, it doesn't last forever. But it's like in the very beginning, it's just like you're like astonished with how many diapers you go through. It's like, oh my goodness. So yeah, it's like a million diapers. Like, I like that comment. A million diapers in every direction.
Hawkeye Lego Man says you could still do a whittling stream.
Whittling? I don't know what I'm going to be doing. I'm actually like a parent. It's like I'm an adult leader volunteer. So like I'm literally there actually helping the kids with something. I don't know what I'll be doing. I'll be assigned my roles, but I will be there the whole time. I'm sure at the very least it will be monitoring kids to make sure nothing crazy happens or they're injured in some way. So I don't think live streaming would be super wise when I'm supposed to be watching kids. But I am a little it definitely came up real quick, and I guess I kind of knew it was going to, but I'm a little irked because I'm like, I'm going to lose an entire week's worth of work. But, is what it is. Is what it is,
Yeah.
So
this is their summer camp?
Yeah, it's in Ashford.
Okay.
So it's not terribly far away, but I'll be there every day. And I actually had to go get a physical too. That was weird. Like I'm used to doing it for like my kids and stuff, right? Because like every extracurricular thing requires it. And so we did like a last minute like prep meeting with the staff a couple days ago, and they were like, all right, make sure everybody brings in your physicals. And the lady was like, and we need that from all the parents too. And like one guy was like, so like you need them from us, like the parents? And they were like, yes, if you are an adult and you are working here as a volunteer through the course of the week, you'll need to have a physical just like your scout does. And I was like, I cannot be the only one that also didn't think I needed this.
That's weird.
So I had to go. And of course, no doctor is going to see you in like a day. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So I just had to go to one of those like urgent care places. And I'm like, can you do a physical for me? I'm like, yep. All right.
That's very odd. And I'm wondering what their reasoning for that is.
It's got to be something insurance or legal wise.
Probably.
But, it was because we just did that for my younger son a couple weeks ago, and it's the exact same form. It's like Boy Scouts of America physical form, and it's just like, I'm like, okay, all right. Just so typically me. What is up, Ark? Arctic Arts is here on the YouTubes too. Nice to see you, buddy. I was actually just talking about your stream. I was talking about our wonderful shop talk that we had yesterday while I was watching you work. And Reed is here. What's up? Hope Castle. Nice to see you.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Arctic's on all the places. He's on all platforms. Let's see. For blondes, you sure do draw brunettes well. Thanks, Larry. You're a peach.
Reed says, what if a parent fails the physical? I don't think it's graded. I don't think you can fail a physical.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think that's how it works. But it was like, it was just kind of pretty quick too. It was like not that big of a deal, but it was kind of like, oh, I guess I have to do this, huh?
Yeah.
And yeah, it has to be, legal or insurance or both. That's it. That's all it is.
Yeah. Wiz says you can definitely fail. Well, you don't get like a report card. I mean, sure, you could get a poor bill of health, but you don't get a report card. You can't I guess failing a physical would mean that you're dead.
Excuse me, sir. I'm afraid you're dead. You're gonna have to leave. What a ridiculous! That's sitcom worthy right there. It's like I'm afraid I have some bad news for you, sir. What is it? You failed your physical. Oh no! What does that mean? It means you died. It means you're dead. It's like, oh, well, that's unfortunate. I wasn't planning on dying. Oh,
it says it used to have to grade them when I worked at a BSA summer camp. Okay then.
Who did? Wait, what? Okay. Yep. Yeah, I mean it's certainly possible. Yeah. Like, well, you're looking a little rough.
Reed says, Doc, can you fail my physical? I really don't want to miss a week's worth of work.
Ugh. Yeah, I mean I do, but I don't. You know what I mean. You guys know what I mean. I'm not exactly it just stresses me out because, again, I work for myself. So that's time that I lose. And I've got another show, this is when I kind of assumed this was going to happen. But until it actually happens, we're hitting the con season, And it's just I'm looking at the schedule and it's yep, one show this month, 2 shows this month. And all of the prep time goes into it. And the post time when you're going through inventory and cleaning stuff up and recalibrating things, that's time away from client work. That's time away from the comic. That's time away from the next, products I need to do. And I mean, it's all part of the process, but it's still kind of you guys know. Don't act like you don't know. You all know. Don't act like you don't know. That's pretty funny though. That's my favorite thing. I think if you fail it, you're dead. Which actually that statement reminds me that I need to work on those other stickers I was talking about. Saying random things, a speech bubble. I'm gonna try that.
For those of you that I don't know if any of you know or follow Kevin, but he and I and Brian went to Boston a few weeks ago just to hang out. And in one of the stores there, we were giving Kevin a hard time because there were stickers for $5 each. Yeah. And they were just like a circular sticker that said meh.
That's it. It was like this. Look, I'll draw it. It was this.
And here's Kevin putting in all this effort for his stickers. And all he has to do is just write a word on a circle, and you can make all the money.
You should have seen it was actually, I bet it would have been funny to watch from like the side, right? Like you and Brian are looking at these stickers and having a nice hoot, and I'm like over here, like, over here looking. Oh, oops. There you go. I'm over here looking at it, and I'm just like, huh.
Yeah, Arctic Arts. That's
Yeah.
Kevin and I talked about that. It's like I respect. Obviously, Kevin put a ton of effort into your art.
I do.
It's just it's frustrating, like how there are some people that really don't put effort in, but you can still just create a product in like 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And sell it. And it's a struggle of like, how do you, where's the balance?
Yep. And folks, if you're not following on Twitch, if you're not following Arctic Arts, check him out. Really great guy. Really kind. He's obviously an artist as well. He streams a lot more often than I stream. And he is also going to be on the show at some point when we just make the timing work out for this show. So you'll see him again. If you want to get like a introduction to what he's doing, you can find him streaming on Twitch, and he posts his work on social media too. Sometimes he does. He's actually gotten better. He's gotten better. It looks like the screen starting to do its weird little flashy bit thing that does every now and then. A little bit. Actually, now it stopped. Of course, I said that, and then it stops. So. On occasion. Let's see. Yep. Go with the wine bottle that says wine. I'll buy a MrHinkleDraws mess sticker for $10. Okay. All right. So I'm thinking of doing some stickers. Okay. So I don't want to stop doing the stickers I'm doing now because I like them. I have a thing going on. I like it. I'm not going to stop. But I'm thinking about, are there other ones I can do that are a lot more easy, quick turnarounds, not a lot of effort, that would sell well? And that's when I was planning out some things like maybe a really basic guy like this. Here, I'll show you guys what I'm thinking about. This is going to mess up the time lapse, but that's fine. I'm like, what is Kevin doing? The time lapse looks so weird this week. So like, oops, that's that's not okay. Let me try again. This guy's like doing the old shoulder shrug. And this is like, and he's really simple, really simple, like black and white, not even maybe even color. And he's talking, and it says stuff like, it's not all about you, or just like random, like just sayings and things, like really quick turnaround. So we'll see. Did I get bits?
No, I popped onto Twitch to.
It was a fake. Is it a fake? It's a fake bits.
Yeah. And I subscribed.
Yeah.
I shared my subscription thing.
Oh, nice. Thank you. If you did stickers of all the wine sayings, you'd probably sell. Yeah. What are the? I don't even know what the wine sayings are. Oh, thank you. Thank you for sharing the bits. I was like, are you faking me out?
Wiz did give you bits.
Appreciate that. Ark says, I have a funny perspective on that. I feel like my passion is making fancy pieces, but if on the side I can sell zero effort stuff and it works, yeah, exactly. A little bit of all.
Zero effort stuff, I think, again, like some of the stuff that you draw on the doodle stream could easily be. Yeah,
because I'm already doing it.
You've already done it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, at the Northeast Comic Con that you went to, you remember there was the one girl that loved the hot air balloon. And was upset that you didn't have a sticker, and she wanted her dad to buy the $15 print just so she could cut.
So she could cut it out. Yeah, she wanted to cut it out.
Part of you that wants to be like, don't cut the poster apart. But if she, I don't know.
That was great. I actually almost forgot about that. Thank you for bringing up that memory. That was crazy. She did want that. She wanted to like cut it off the print. Oh man. Stop your whining. We rich boys. That's it. There you go. Done. Problem solved. Oh, that was a great moment yesterday. Price is Right. We fixed it all. You had to be there. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you had to be there. Oops. That was too much. Let me do a new layer.
Lindsay, there are so many wine sayings and quotes. I just Googled it. Yep, there's a ton.
I didn't realize that. Let's see. But yeah, this is all the this is the life, ladies and gentlemen. You gotta like find ways to support yourself doing what you're doing.
Bobo Laveau says there's a hippo on one of the Doodle Stream posters that was by far the most popular with kindergarten to fourth graders when surveyed. Sometimes you just run out of other school activities. Don't ask. Well, now I mean, as a teacher, I have to ask. Are you a teacher? And I get the impression that you have the Doodle Stream poster in your classroom or something.
You know, Joey, Maniac for Bricks, told me once upon a time that when he was doing his teaching stuff with kids, that they did like an art. There was a day they did art stuff, and he put up the time lapses of my streams in the background while the kids were working on it, and I was like, "That's pretty sweet. That's pretty cool." I was very honored.
I told you one of your at my classroom, like a lot of teachers put up like little pride stickers or something, like to show that they're an inclusive classroom or just like a safe space. Yeah. And I ended up putting up one of your pride stickers, and I got a good number of comments on it, more than one, which I think is a good number considering I teach high schoolers who are not always the most observant of things. So yeah, the fact that they noticed it was
a little bit tougher crowd, you could say.
Yeah,
a little bit tougher crowd.
Not teaching, supervising after-school activities. Gotcha.
All right. Almost done with this one. We move on to the next one. This one's okay. Again, likenesses that's the tough thing, is getting it spot on, or not even spot on, but just getting it. All right, here we go. Switch it up. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. My wife's a teacher, actually. Never really made anything for them, although they do drawings and tell her to show me because she tells them I'm an artist. Yeah. It's funny. My wife, when I was going through all my inventory after the show, I just did a count of everything, which I need to really be a little bit more careful about that because I'm still kind of used to me having like 20 things for sale, and I've got almost 100 things for sale. So when I'm like, oh, I'll just do a quick inventory of everything, it's not a quick inventory of everything. Well, it's like, it's a thing.
This is where, we can talk after the show, but Brian can vouch for me that I am a huge spreadsheet guy.
Yeah.
And I know you were trying to keep track of what you sold at the show. And if you want, we can go through and I can make you a quick Google sheet, which is cumbersome, but you can edit it from your phone. And that might be easier than writing things down, and then you have the numbers to actually just quickly do some math with.
Yeah. Yep. I need to, get a better hand on all that. But yeah, I was going through and counting stuff, and she was looking through some of my stuff, and she was like, oh, I like this. The Majora's Mask sticker. Cause she doesn't keep up with everything I do. She's got her own stuff going on. And so she wanted one of those, and I was like, well, take it now while I'm doing inventory. And so she took it and put it on her water bottle that she takes to work. And then she came back from work the next day, and she's like, one of my employees wants to buy this from you. And I was like, oh. And so then I did a sale via her. So the next day she brought back with money, and I sent her back with a sticker. Hello there, Tiger Wolf 3215. Appreciate the work.
Arctic Arts knows what I'm talking about. He said, this is why we love teachers. My wife is a spreadsheet pro.
Spreadsheet pro.
That's how I think. I'm very organized, and spreadsheets are like just a godsend of organizing things for me. Like, and people will tease me about how overboard I go sometimes with making a spreadsheet, but if you have a nicely organized spreadsheet, it saves you time.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. All right, let me look through, do another one here.
We actually haven't had a whole lot of suggestions in a while. There are a couple older ones, some good ones, but if you have any other ideas, throw them in the chat.
Yep. Let's see here. We should yeah, that's a pretty good
We
one.
are in the color phase of things here, so.
We are. The training wheels are off. Let's see. Some of these I don't know, so I have to look them up. Oh, let's do the Daft Punk.
Yeah, there were a couple early ones that were pretty good.
Yeah, we have Daft Punk has come up a couple times. So let's see. Oh, Steve ran away. He clicked the wrong button. I'm gonna put this in the chat myself. There. Let's see. He's back.
Sorry about that. Yeah. No, I clicked. There's a little button up there that says log in, and I clicked that instead of the private chat tab, and it kicks you out.
All right. I think Why Lego Wiz was the first person that said Daft Punk, I believe. So I'll put that in the chat.
We have some good ones.
And I'll put that on the screen. Oh, yeah, those are great ones. Those are some good ones. Yeah. Spreadsheets. I mean, I consider myself decently organized guy. It's just sometimes it's just a matter of prioritizing the time at the moment. And like the tracking at the show, I knew I wanted to do that. I just kind of like I kept like forgetting, and I was worried about everything else. Yeah. And so then I was like, oh, well, dang it. All right. And so I remember like going out the door, and I was like, I'll take a notebook.
Well, that's where, like I said, we can talk, and I can create a spreadsheet for you. It's one of those things where you put the time in up front, and it will save you time in the long run, as long as you maintain it. But it's
all right.
That's and I try when I'm teaching my students like that. They're not good about that. Like, you put some time in now, and it'll save you time down the road.
Yep, for sure.
And they're like, why are we making data tables? Like, because it's going to be easier in the long run. And then they get to the data collection part, and their table's a mess. And I'm like, see, I told you.
What did we learn?
Nothing, because we're going to do it the next time.
Nothing, Mr. Struma. I can't, like, I've known you long enough that I can't see people calling you Mr. Strudel. I'd be like, that's not his name. But, you know, that's just like what happens when you know people by certain names for so long. It's like when you only know someone by a screen name, and you're like, you don't have a real name. That's your name. Your name is this. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, I definitely have people that I've known longer by their screen names than their real names, and I do know their real names, but I'm uncomfortable using their real names because I'm so used to calling them by their screen names. So it's weird for me. Oh, but I was going to say, I think I started to say this earlier and then I got distracted, but the Bad Batch episode today was another one of those. All right, so this happened, but there's like an absolutely direct connection to Rebels, like the most direct connection so far.
Okay.
And it's like, oh, all right. I mean, and I haven't seen Rebels, so it's like, but I know, and I'm like, that's kind of major. But all right,
seen Rebels, like, and you were going on about how much you love Thrawn.
I know, and I know he's in it.
Really, you do owe it to yourself to watch Rebels.
I really want to. I can't believe how many episodes there have been.
There are a lot.
Because when I went to go watch on Disney Plus, and I was like, oh, there's a lot of catching up I'd have to do.
And I will say, my opinion, but unlike Clone Wars, there's a lot less filler in Rebels. And most of the filler is like in the first season. But they get into, when they start really getting into the plot, there's very few episodes that feel like filler.
Yeah. Lindsay says that's why my screen name is my name. There you go. Same thing for me. And I'm sure Arctic, you know, like your legal first name is Arctic. That's just how it is. That's what it says on your license.
Reed says creating a Lego collection spreadsheet in 2011, failed to maintain it. Thinking of starting to maintain it now, 10 years later. Yeah, once you let it fall away,
then it's useless.
Yeah, you got to keep on top of it. It's a little bit of work every so often.
But yeah, it can be a big help. Yeah, I remember Reed was all about that. He was definitely a spreadsheet guy and was all about it. I didn't realize that you stopped like updating it, Reed. So yeah, I was thinking once I get the cats done.
Yeah.
Like that's my real main goal is to get the cats by the next show. I'm not quite certain that's going to happen, but then I'll go back to some pop culture stuff for a little bit. And so I definitely am thinking I need to do more Star Wars because the data tells me I need to do more Star Wars.
Yeah.
And so I guess I'll do something Bad Batch related. Maybe I'll do some easier low hanging fruits, as it were, in the biz. Like maybe
I would get ahead of the curve on
Boba.
Book of Boba Fett comes out in December, so you could do a Boba Fett.
Yeah.
You could do a Shad Fennec because we know that she's going to be a character in that. You could do an Ahsoka. She's very popular right now, and there is a show of her coming up at some point.
Yeah, for sure. That's probably what I'm going to do. I would like to do some more superhero stuff too, probably Marvel things because that's just what's hot right now. So like, you know, maybe like a Sam Wilson Captain Falcon, maybe a Loki, maybe, I don't know.
Arctic Heart says Book of Boba just sounds like an instructional book about Asian tea.
Yeah, I don't know how I don't know how I feel about the name. I mean, I'm down for any Boba Fett content. Like, I'll take the Boba Fett content. It's please provide. But it was very impressive that they kept that such a secret too.
We talked about that, but I feel like that's how you do a teaser, right? Like that's because they had their shareholder meeting. What was it, like a day or two before the season finale, and they did not say anything about that. Yeah, I'm guessing we probably had something for the shareholders, and they said, like, you know,
do not tell anyone.
There's an unannounced Star Wars series, and then the next day is when the season finale aired and they announced it.
Yeah.
And I appreciate when companies can go through the effort of trying to, keep something fairly under wraps like that.
Yep. All right, you guys need to move. You are getting into Britney Spears' bubble. Go over there.
Larry said Throg made a cameo in Loki and should become a thing soon. I don't know. I would love to see that, but I don't think he's actually going to become a thing. I think that was one of those little just teasers, just Easter eggs for fans.
Oh, I see Ray's like, don't do Bad Batch. Don't do Bad Batch. Yeah. Bad Batch is the one. I think I get the most conflicting advice about Bad Batch. I mean, the others are kind of no-brainers, right? Everybody's like, yeah, Boba Fett, yeah. Everybody's like, yeah, Ahsoka, yeah. Darth Vader, yeah. Bad Batch is the one that's like half the people are like, oh, yeah, you should capitalize on this. And the other half people are like, stay away. I'm like, all right.
I even suggested Bad Batch, but the more I think about it, like every time we've talked about it, pretty much every Friday here, like when you're doing your stream, we have the same thing to say, that it's not bad, but nothing is really happening yet.
Yeah, and we're so many episodes in.
Yeah,
it's like kind of crazy. Like
so maybe it's not as big of a thing as what
we'd like it to be. I don't know.
Yeah,
totally.
It's the type of thing, if you had more time, if you could easily sort of churn out those characters.
Yeah.
But it's not where you might want to dedicate your efforts.
Yeah, it's all, and that's, as I've said over and over again, none of this stuff is a matter of wanting. It's just time. And as I've said numerous times, I am very, very taxed on my time. I've got a wait list of 40 people waiting for commissions from me. I've got conventions and shows to plan and prep and attend. I've got parental duties. I am stay-at-home dad. I am responsible for laundry and grocery shopping, and a lot of not all, but a lot of the meals. It's just like I have very, very taxed for time. And so it's not like, oh, I don't want to do it. It's just like I have to be really focused on what I prioritize and when I do it and how I'm going to do it. And I mean, everything's going to get done eventually. That's kind of it's like, it's all going to happen. It's just like, in what order does it happen? And all that kind of stuff. If I had an army of interns, that would help to do some of the other things I don't really want to do.
Like build you a spreadsheet?
Yeah. Like, packing orders and stuff, which is not a big a deal. It's not like I get 1,000 orders a day, but it's all like, little bits of time here and there, and it chips away at the day. And yeah, some of the more like mediocre tasks. But it's pretty, like I said, you can almost guarantee it'll all happen. It's just a matter of time. And then maybe it won't be relevant. Maybe at that point when it finally does happen, it's not relevant, and that's okay. And then it will go in the discount bin with Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamo.
Yeah, that's the tough thing, and that's where Bad Batch, I'd say, might be on the, like, you might have missed the curve on that. And that's okay.
Yeah.
You can't hit everything, but
can't hit them all. Cannot hit them all. And yeah, some things have an interesting way of, coming back. Like I am pleasantly surprised in how many Bob Hoskins and John Leguizamos were sold at that event, which is more than zero.
Yeah.
It's like, and everybody loved the idea of it, right? Everybody was like, "Oh, really?" and like laughed, and it was a thing. But I mean, they don't sell worth anything online. They're even marked down to $1. I'm honestly a little surprised at the number of sale stickers I have still, even though I've marked them down to $1. Like that's at a lot of times that's a little bit either at my cost to make them or even less. Like I'm literally making nothing and they still are just kind of sitting. It's really hard to sell stuff sometimes.
Would it be easier if those were, you don't want to give a lot of real estate to them, but I know you had them in sort of like a fishbowl type thing. Like it might be easier if they were spread out where people could actually see what was in there.
I'm thinking about taking them out of the packages next time at the next show, like individually take them out so you'd have to like sift through them. I just don't want to mix it up with the other stuff because it's not the same price and I don't want to confuse people. Right. So I don't know, but I think I'm going to try next time. I'm going to keep them in the bowl, but I'm going to take them out of the packages and just like you could just go through them. Hopefully there's not a lot of damage. Hopefully, I don't know. We'll see. We shall see.
Yeah.
Trial and error.
Maybe you don't need to do that with. Oh, Wiz says stick one of each on the bowl. Or that's what I was sort of getting at is maybe if when they just all they see is they look at the bowl and they see like $1, like discount stickers, but they don't actually see what each of the stickers looks like.
Yeah.
So if they knew what was in there, like an example of each one, they might be more willing to sift through it.
Yeah, maybe.
But I don't know.
Yeah, I'm going to set it up a little differently at the next show and see if it makes a difference. I just want to push through them. I just want to get them out of my life. That's it. I don't necessarily want to, keep having sale discount old stickers around. I just want them to go away.
Well, all of you watching, they are on Etsy.
Yes, they are.
Mr. Hinkle's website. Are your?
They're not. Those are not on my website. I only have those on Etsy because I didn't. I mean, again, not to sound too full of myself, I didn't think they were going to be around that long. So I was like, well, I'm not going to bother setting them up on my site. They're marked down. They'll eventually be gone, and I won't have to worry about them anymore. And they have lingered a lot longer than I thought they would. But yeah, they're only on Etsy. The sale ones are only on Etsy. And yeah, Ray, you're on the money. I don't focus on it. I really don't. I'm just trying to figure out what's the right way to get rid of them because they're older designs. There's much nicer, newer artwork. I want to push those. And I just, I just don't want to toss them in the garbage. That's the thing. It's like, I'd rather these sell. I'd rather somebody pick them up and they, go somewhere.
Well, I also think it as we were talking before, if you want to do more fast turnaround stuff, like picking stuff like from your doodle stream to turn into stickers, the discount stickers are a way to test like how you could just play around and test out how you could do different, sort of mass-produced sticker stuff like that, or cheaper stickers.
Yeah. And then I saw something. What is it up here about? Like, wait, what did we got here? Where is it? Something about keychains, maybe. Existing design into rubber. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I've looked at that. I've got some stuff saved for like other products, like keychains, acrylic keychains, bookmarks. I mean, all kinds of stuff.
Ray suggests grab bag with 5 of them as a mystery pack. That would be enticing.
I'm not against it. That sounds like an inventory nightmare, but I'm not against it.
They're not. Well, it would not be an inventory nightmare though once you pack them. Like you 5 stickers
and then be done with it.
I mean, you could charge more than $1 for them. You could do like a 5 if you wanted to, but you pack 5 of them.
Actually, to that point, you bought a mystery bag during the show.
I did from someone else that I was walking by.
Maybe there's something to that.
The idea of those is it's supposed to be a quick impulse purchase. And so you got to play around with how you market those in a mystery pack, and you don't need to inventory them. You just pick 5 stickers randomly and throw them in a bag. Like these are not, you don't need to keep inventory on the discount stickers.
Right. Yeah, I'm not necessarily. Yeah, those are the ones that I'm not as concerned about, like keeping an accurate inventory on. I counted all those out because I just wanted to make sure the listings online weren't, someone didn't buy what I don't have.
Right.
But yeah, you're right. I'm not as concerned about the inventory on those because those are hopefully going to be gone. I don't have to worry about them anymore. But I'm sure at some point in the future, there'll be other designs and I'll continue to get a little bit better and certain ones will look a little old and they'll need to go away. But it's not like an aspect of my business I'm trying to really focus on. It's just like, trying to get rid of that stuff so that I can, also because I want to redo them. I'd like to redo all of those. I mean, I did them for a reason. I picked those characters and did those because I liked them and I thought they'd be good to explore. And I'd like to redo them, but I'm not as pushed to redo them when I'm still sitting on the old ones. So there's that. Just reappeared. Love this one, Kevin. Oh, he likes this one. Digging the Daft Punk. Daft Punk. It's like a hockey team. The Daft Punk. Yeah, and we were talking about getting a machine, like a vending machine, where you could put stickers in it, like old school. You remember that? Yeah. Old school machines. That'd be kind of fun. And yeah, I'm definitely not attempting to overcomplicate it at all. Trying not to. I just want to make stuff and then people buy it. It's so hard. I just want to make things and then people buy the things I make. So there is a red. He's got like red going on in his helmet. I wish I had seen them in concert once in my life.
Art's new hockey team, the DC Daft Punks.
The Daft Punks, exactly. It's got our Canadian seal of approval. Good. Most good. We'll be fine. Everything's fine now. We're fine. How are you? All right, let's do some control panel stuff real quick here. I'm not going to spend too much time coloring the stuff. Oh, I forgot his gloves. Oops. Whoopsies. Forgot the gloves. Oh, and I want to do for stickers, I would like to do some more actual people and not as many cartoons and video games. I do like doing those. Don't get me wrong. I like doing them and I will not stop doing them. But I'd like to do a couple more like likenesses of, movie characters and stuff, like actual celebrities and things. Because it's a little bit more tricky, but I'm also like, it's a little bit more rewarding for me to do those. Because there was a good chunk of people that at the show that didn't realize that I had drawn the stuff I was selling, like the sticker, like they thought I don't know, maybe just found it on the internet and like copied and pasted them and was selling them now. I'm like, no, I drew every single one of these. This is my artwork. I'm an artist. I went to college. I'm like Sheldon from Plankton. I went to college. Let's see. Hawkeye says, MrHinkleDraws, did you do Lin Manuel Miranda? Is that the actor from Hamilton?
Yes. That would be a good one.
I have not done that. Is that though? Is that is that worth it? I don't know about that one. Just random splotches of color here. Oh yeah, and then the gloves that I've already commented on that I forgot to do.
I think there would be some good Lin Manuel Miranda pictures you could reference. If you're gonna draw that.
Yeah, for sure. Slash, I'm more into anime. That's why I usually suggest anime characters related to anything. Yeah, and I mean, I like a good anime too. I'm not against anime in any way. And I'm definitely planning to do some more because I understand at like pop culture events, there is a lot of anime appreciation. My current anime that I am chugging through right now is Inuyasha. I'm watching Inuyasha right now.
I never got into that one.
All right, there we go.
But
So what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Only 9. It does feel like so many more because of the Beatles. It feels like there's so many. Yep. I buy apparel too someday. Yep. I would like to do. So a lot of the kind of crazier ideas for like enamel pens and acrylic things and keychains, I have as planned for my comic release. Because that is me. That's my IP. That's my copyright. That's my property. That's my everything. It's my characters. And so like I kind of want to go a little crazy when I get to that. So spoiler, that's kind of, I've got a lot of things saved. Ads saved and listings saved and vendors saved for when I get into that realm. Not that I'm against doing that now with this kind of stuff. It's just that's like what I really plan to go all in. So actually, on that note, let me run to the bathroom real quick.
All right,
and then I'll do the next one. Actually, I'll draw something that you would like, Steve. Next, you can either think or you can pick somebody else's. Not to put all the pressure.
Well, why don't you all take some time to make some suggestions?
And you guys you can look at Britney Spears will look at you and judge you while I run to the bathroom. Let me turn off this comment too. Where is it? There it is. All right. So yes, I'll be back in just a minute.
Ooh, Catherine, a Doodle Stream sweatshirt. I'm imagining like all of the one of his Doodle Stream prints, with all doodles all over it. That's an interesting one. Maybe a hoodie with all the prints all over it. Let's see. What are we gonna pick? Well, there is at least a Doodle Stream sticker if you're interested in Doodle Stream merch. I don't know. I think that's all Kevin's got for Doodle Stream merch right now. Let's see. Look what that one is. Vivi Diva? Not sure what that is from. Some anime that I have not seen before. Sorry.
Okay, I'm back.
You're back.
All right. And I see the one comment, Doodle Stream merch. So yeah, I do have a sticker. Right now, that's all I have. I do have a sticker. There is a Doodle Stream sticker that if you're interested, I have it on both my website and the Etsy shop. And yeah, at the end of the year, I have the prints where I do the collage of all the stuff. So yes. So what do you think, Steve? You have a prompt?
All right, I have a couple. Trying to think what we've done so far.
Yeah, here's the
color. Okay, I'm gonna go with the one I mentioned to you before the stream, just because this would be good for color.
Okay. Yes.
For any of you that know or have heard of the Aquabats.
Oh yeah.
Their leader is called the MC Bat Commander. They're a very eclectic, eccentric band. They are ska, but they are kid friendly. I was telling Kevin
Can you throw that in the? I see you put it in the private chat. Can you throw it in the regular chat so I can put it on screen?
I'm not. I can't.
Oh, that's right. It doesn't let you do that,
No.
right? That's stupid. That's so dumb. All right.
Yep. I can. If you give me a moment, I can log in.
Nope. No. I got it.
Bobo Laveau knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, I am not a ska fan, but I started listening to this just because it was silly. In college, a couple friends and I went to one of their concerts in Boston, and we didn't realize like how they marketed themselves. As I said, they're kid friendly. Their concert had the feel of a high school dance. Like, we were the only people, other than the musicians themselves, we were the only people like over 25 at this concert. It was a bunch of teenagers. It was a wonderful time, but it was so just weird.
It's so funny because Steve mentioned this to me, and I was like, I think I've heard of them. And in my mind, I'm like, there's a kids show that's named off of this. And I remember my son watching it, and they were like, and this is my older son was watching this. And yeah. I was like, okay, these guys are kind of fun. But I'm like, surely he's not talking about the kids show. Like, that's not what he's talking about.
And that's like, I didn't even know about the show. Like, but I was like, oh yeah, I think they had like a short-lived like Saturday morning cartoon or something, or like live action show.
Yep, it was one of those like live action.
I don't
even. What was it? Nickelodeon? I don't even remember what network it was.
I have to respect them though, just because they're really like just into the whole act, and it seems like they just do it just to have fun. Like, they're not trying to like make a big name for themselves. They're all about just like, we're doing this because we enjoy it.
Oh yeah, that's very apparent.
Wow. Really? Bobo Laveau says it won a daytime Emmy. It was on Nickelodeon.
See, I was thinking I was gonna say Nickelodeon. I thought it was Nickelodeon.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I remember my son watching this. What is oh, you're leaving, Matt? You heading out? Is that what that means? Thanks for being here. Appreciate it. And thanks all you guys who are watching. Thanks for being here as always. I definitely appreciate your time. Hope you've been enjoying the show. If you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to hit the like button. Sustain me in my life essence. For your watching on Twitch, thank you. Thank you for being there. If you're not already following, you may follow if you wish. If you're entertained enough, you may follow. All right, let's get the mask. Remember, kids, don't do drugs.
Yeah, Bobo Laveau says the Super Show is the one that got the Emmy. They had a couple other shows. It had some of the folks from Yo Gabba Gabba. So yeah, it's like I said, I found out about them like I think in high school or something, and I just was like, oh, they're funny, silly songs like that are actually like musically pretty good. But I didn't realize they were. I didn't know the extent of their.
You didn't realize they were a cultural phenomena?
Like, I don't know if I'd say cultural phenomena, but I didn't realize they had this, like, the extent of their sort of their shtick or their
multimedia empire.
Their multifaceted sort of like presence.
Yeah.
And like I said, I get the impression they are people that just do this to have fun. And I've always respected artists that yes, you have to make money, you have to make a living somehow, but when it's first and foremost, you do it because you love it. That's always something that I like really resonates with me.
It definitely helps. It definitely helps to enjoy what you're doing. That is for sure.
You know, it comes across. That's where I think earlier when we were talking about Taylor Swift, like obviously she makes a ton of money, but she doesn't strike me as someone who is first and foremost about the money. Like she started from a place of loving the craft.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And I feel like, I mean, I don't really dive into the whole celebrity anything really, but I feel like she seems like an incredibly like kind person.
Yes.
I feel like
there's
you never really know, I guess, but
you never know. No, you never know for sure. But there are some actors and musicians that just like they strike me like that. Do you know who Bruce Campbell is?
Yeah,
from the Evil Dead movies, and he has I read his autobiography, and he is one that he just loves what he does. Like, and if he really like, he's never made it as like an A-list actor. He's always been a B-movie actor, but he loves what he does.
Yeah,
and I have to respect that from someone that just they act because they enjoy it, not because it's bringing in the big bucks.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. Reed is back. Welcome back. And yeah, we're in our last like 40 minutes of the show. Once again, time flies when you're having fun. I'll have to go and see what our theme is before we end for next week to let you guys know. Or I mean for 2 weeks from now, because again, there will not be one next week.
That's right. Wait, won't be one next week. Oh, for the camp. That's right.
Yep. There will not be one due to camp. Because, yeah, I would have already been there and already even, I mean, we get there at 8, so I would already be in the trenches, as it were, working for a couple hours by the time the show would start. It needs to be lighter. But, you know, I'm sure it'll be fun. This is his first time at camp. My older son obviously went over and over and over and over and over and over.
Yes.
Every multiple years for like 7 years in a row. This is his first time. Because he joined Cub Scouts in 2018. 2018 is when he joined. And then he joined like around Halloween. His first meeting was Halloween, which was kind of a great for him for a kid. His first meeting was the Halloween party. That was his first meeting. So he was like, this is what they do every week. It's like, no, not really. But he had a lot of fun. And then there was like a couple things that they had done. Like, cause you know, it like, there's a little bit of a lull, you know, around the holiday time. So they did Halloween and then there wasn't a heck of a lot going on.
Right.
And then they started back up for the spring in 2019. Well, I mean, most of 2019 was normal. But then what was kind of unexpected was what was that thing with the mosquitoes? Zika? Like Zika hit, right? And they were like, well, we can't do any camping in 2019 because there's this virus with Zika and mosquitoes. And so like, we're sorry, this is the first year ever in our history of our pack where we can't do any camping this year. And that was like his first full year. So we did no camping. And then I was like, well, all right, I guess this is not normal though. And then the next year was 2020. And they're like, sorry, we're not going to do any camping this year because there's a deadly virus. And so he's never done ever any camping. It just has not happened. And they were talking about that at the last thing we were at, about how the kids that joined in 2018 and 2019 have had a vastly, vastly different Cub Scout experience than like every other kid.
Yeah.
And like the history of their pack. And I'm like, yep, that sounds about right.
Well, I mean, that's true for a lot of things. We were talking about that this school year, that the kids that I taught this year were freshmen last year. I teach sophomores. And when you think about it, like the fourth quarter of their sophomore year or their freshman year was completely remote. And then the majority of their sophomore year was remote. And so they are halfway through high school and they have not had a normal year of high school.
Yeah. It also kind of reminds me of those sad articles you read about like why millennials are cursed, and you're like, oh. It's like you sit there and you go through the timeline and you're like, yeah, that happened. Oh, that happened. Yeah. Oh, yep, that happened. And that happened.
I've gotten into a couple conversations about that where, like, not to downplay any hardships that any generation faces, but when you look at the hardships that millennials or later generations have faced,
like just statistically speaking.
Oh yeah, there is a lot that's gone down.
Yeah, it's kind of. I mean, I forget, and then I'll see those. They like trend, and I'm like, oh, well, it can't be that bad. And I looked at them like, oh yeah, all these things happened. It's like, dang. I got to do this like star background he's got on this image because it's kind of funny.
That is wonderful. That is everything I envisioned it would be.
These like stars hanging out, and some red one or like magenta.
I was even having, like, not to get too much into anything too political, but I was having a conversation like with my father the other day, who is very much, a baby boomer, and just thinking about, like, so when he bought a house for the first time, credit scores were not actually a thing.
That's nice.
Credit scores, most people don't realize this, credit scores didn't come about until like 1985. So like there are like your parents and my parents, they existed at a time when like credit was not as limited as it is now.
Yeah.
And it's like that's a huge extra like barrier that is in front of every generation going forward.
Oh, let's do Funny Figs had Gorillas, and Gorillas is one of my favorite bands. So let's do that for sure.
Which, by the way, Kevin has a sticker.
I do.
Stickers.
I have a Murdoch. Sticker. I do plan on doing the whole band. I just that was the one that I did. Yeah, I can't imagine being through all this. Yeah. All right. So what do I want to do for Gorillas? I don't want to do Murdoch because I've drawn Murdoch before. Noodle is always a pretty popular one. I think I want to do just 2D though. He's like the guy. He's the guy.
I honestly don't know anything about the Gorillas other than their art style,
which is amazing. Which is absolutely wonderful.
I find that like the way that they've sort of marketed themselves is very interesting. Like they've clearly created like a very unique style.
What? I don't even know what the Russian pop star meme is. Do you know what that is, Steve? Russian pop star meme? I do not know what that means.
And I'm usually up to date on my memes.
I was gonna say Steve is like my resident meme lord.
I do know the Russian chess master meme. Have you seen that?
No.
So there's this hilarious YouTube video of like it's some like show where it's sort of like America's Got Talent, and the clip starts with this little kid who's probably about 6 years old, maybe, and he's an amazing like chess player, I guess. And the host of the show is gonna like play chess against him, and then as they're sitting down at the table, the host like says, "All right. You know what? We have a treat for you today. I know that I'm no match for you in chess. So we found someone who will be a match." And it ends up being like this Russian guy who is the 6th world champion of chess, which he marches out to this like overly epic like almost boss style music, and the little like 7-year-old kid just like bursts into tears, like tears of fear, not like tears of happiness.
Oh my goodness.
And apparently, if you find the whole clip, the kid is okay, and the it's a real honor.
Of course it is.
For the kid to actually meet a actual chess grandmaster, but just the way that they, like, this 6-year-old kid thinks he's so good at chess, and they're like, all right, well, let's bring out a chess grandmaster and crush your dreams.
Oh my goodness. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Never too early for some dream crushing.
Yeah.
Never too early for some good old-fashioned dream crushing. Get on your good shoes, son. We're going to dream crushing. There we go. Let's see. Oops. Yeah, I absolutely love the Gorillaz art style. They probably still do. They have a book for sale because they just hit their 20th anniversary, which is incredible. So they've been around for 20 years. So they've got this like 20th anniversary, like compendium comic book / behind the scenes / something book, which looks really cool. And I keep seeing it and I'm like, I need to just get this thing.
Is it one of the people in the actual band that does the art?
No, I mean they just hired an artist, and
okay.
he's been obviously on board since the beginning.
Okay.
And the thing that's also interesting is that they've gone so long where it was like, we're a cartoon band, right? This is who we are. We're a cartoon band. We're not real. And every time we need to appear, we're going to appear as cartoons. And then over the last couple of years, they finally have started, like, the actual people have been appearing more and more.
Huh.
And I'm like, no, you're ruining my immersion. You're ruining my immersion. Because like I remember seeing shots of like concerts when they would literally would be like shadowed out, like you couldn't see them. And so they're there and they're making the music, but like you need to look at the screens so you can see the cartoons. And now they're just like kind of just there out on the stage. And I'm like, oh, bring out the cartoons. Let's see. Boba Laveau, did we do no Eurovision musicians? Where are our international folks? I mean, Canada is as international as I get, I think, on my streams.
Reed I love a great stream.
Oh, see you later, Reed. I do appreciate and love all my Canadians.
Yeah, apparently Eurovision is like a big thing, and I feel like we in America here have no real sense of that.
There's a lot of times where we here in America have no sense.
Yeah.
It's just like, that's the end of that. That's the end of that one.
I mean, we have no exposure to that.
Yes.
I know that Eurovision is a big thing. We just get no exposure to it.
Yep. I don't know a lot of I don't really know where a lot of like my favorite musicians and musical groups come from. Like a lot of them, I'm just like, oh, I like them. I don't really know where they come from. But
yeah,
one of my favorites that I know comes from Canada is Metric. Metric is from Canada, and I've seen them in concert. That's one of my wife's favorite bands, and she introduced me to their music. And the last time we went and saw them was actually in 2019 in Boston, and it was right around our anniversary time. So I bought the crazy expensive tickets to like meet the band, and took her to meet them. And it was great because I was talking about them once with I was at some show, and I was there with a Canadian, and we were talking about music, and I mentioned Metric, and he's like, "Wait, people outside of Canada know about Metric?" And I was like, yes, I guess. I don't know. And he was so excited. He was like, "They're awesome." I didn't realize that, how much they are known outside of Canada. And I was like, I think they're known. I don't know. But yeah, we've seen them. You've seen them live, okay? Yeah, we've seen them live a couple times. Like I think three times. But I only did the like high dollar ticket once. I was like, that's enough. I'll see you guys soon. Going back to sleep. All right, see you later. See ya. Pleasant dreams. But I like a lot of music.
I am the type that I like a lot of songs. I can't really name specific bands too much.
I have like different moods and different like times when things are like I prefer like when I'm working on art stuff, I like to have a lot of times I like to have either a podcast up to listen to or a lot of video game soundtracks.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm a big soundtrack fan. And not all video game music is good for listening to. But,
no, not all video game music is created equal.
But I am a big soundtrack fan for video games, for movies.
Yeah. A lot of them do local shows when they are growing, so it's easier to. Yeah, I bet. Makes sense.
Ray says I have a special playlist of all the weirdest songs I like to freak people out with.
That sounds like a Ray thing.
That actually brings up so another story. In my college years, there was a job that I worked that was third shift. One of my friends and I from high school, we got a scholarship through like our parents. They both worked at the same place, and they gave us a scholarship, and then they offered like an internship in the summer.
Gregorian chants at 4 a.m. Okay.
Well, that's actually so.
Are you about to say that this is it? He nailed it on the.
There was so basically we had an internship, but they were rolling out a new product, and so they needed us to like work third shift on this thing. And it was like a team of like me and him who were just like, 18, 19. And then a couple other people who had been working at the company for a while who were sort of running the project. And if you've never worked a third shift job, it is terrible.
Yeah.
Like it's not that bad until around like 1 or 2 in the morning when your mind just
turns into jello.
Yeah, jello. Yep. And so my friend came up with the idea. We had a CD player at the time, and he came up with the idea to make the weirdest mixtape he could. And things like, I believe there was a track on there that was Gregorian chant. And so we put it into the CD player, which could like hold like 4 or 5 CDs. And, the CD player is just on random shuffle. And then it hits his mixtape. And there are words that I cannot repeat on your family-friendly stream. Like that burst out from one of the other people in the room. It was the most hilarious thing.
Was this to help you stay awake? Is that the main intention?
Yeah, anything we could do to help ourselves like stay coherent. So it was just like, let me just make the worst, most obnoxious mixtape I can. All the worst songs I could find.
Oh man, that's great. Oh.
I think that was followed by like the Barney theme or something.
Let's see.
It was a mix of really bad stuff.
Hawkeye says, off topic, ASMR seems to be a trend lately. Would you, Kevin, me, consider creating a soundtrack or podcast of ASMR? Probably not. I don't think so.
No, that's
record my own Gregorian chants.
Have you looked into ASMR at all? Like, ever watched a video or anything?
I have, and it's like not really for me. I even like when I listen to video game music, like there's a lot of times where I'll just let like the Donkey Kong Country soundtrack roll.
Yeah.
And there'll be like versions of it where they add in like ASMR traits, like it's the Donkey Kong Country, but we've added rain. And like I'll be working, I'm like, why is there rain all of a sudden? Like, all right, I have crossed the tracks into the weird version of these sounds. Like I don't know. It's not for me. I don't mind that people like it, but like,
See, I guess what I was getting at, I don't mind that like people like it, and I understand like where things like the rain come from. But if you ever look into like the ASMR community on like YouTube, it strikes me as really weird because it gets a little like sexualized. And they have all these like disclaimers like this is not like intended to be sexualized. And I'm like, but it kind of is. Like it's kind of creepy.
I can say that I especially don't like the food, like eating food, is weird. Like ASMR where she's like, just listen to me eat.
It's a thing that always struck me as it very quickly falls down this slippery slope into like creepiness.
All right, so I've got like 16 minutes left. I don't know if there's another one I can do in 16 minutes.
Let's see. So I have one more suggestion if you're
what is it?
Struggling. What else do we have here?
I just don't know if I have the time. It has to be simpler.
There is Dolly Parton.
That is not simple.
Okay.
Oh, Marshmallow is simple. Yeah. That's the guy, right? That does like DJ and he has a giant marshmallow on his head. Right? Am I wrong?
I don't know.
Yeah, this guy. We can do this guy. We can do him.
Okay, yeah, you can do him.
We can do him. Step right up.
I was Arctic Arts. That was my thought. That was my exact suggestion. Just
was it really?
People had suggested anime-related things.
Oh, that's kind of crazy that you guys were on the same wavelength. Look at that.
So I've never actually listened to it, but Hatsune Miku is, I guess, like it's a Japanese pop star that is completely. It's not a real person. It's an AI.
Oh.
And when they do like concerts, it's like a hologram.
Gotcha. Yeah. That, I mean, like we were talking about earlier with Gorillaz, I remember when they did the VMAs one year and they were all holograms.
Right.
They were like on like clouds of smoke or whatever.
But this is like, it's not actually a real person at all. Like, whereas the Gorillaz are real people, they just
there's somebody appear. Right. Yeah, this is like artificially created, artificially everything, right? Like it's not even.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
That popped into my head as something that was unique in the realm of musicians. and being anime would have been like visually interesting to draw.
Totally.
But this guy's interesting too.
He's very interesting. I'm gonna draw him as slightly cartoony a little bit, a tad. You'll see. It'll all make sense. It'll all come together in the end. A couple different factors. Time's a factor. Space is a factor. So I'm going to kind of go for something a little here. Yeah, thanks again, everybody, for being here as always. I appreciate any time folks stop by the stream. Means a lot to me. We're getting super close to 1,000 subscribers finally on YouTube. Really close. I'm at 926. So if you haven't already subscribed over there, that would help me out a lot. But also, I appreciate anybody that watches on Twitch. That's also appreciated. You don't have to switch over just for me. I am planning to, at some point in the future, put a little bit more effort into the Twitch stuff. I will. You know, I always do what I say I'm going to do. Just a matter of time. I can only focus on so many things at any given time. But that's kind of exciting for the YouTube stuff. All right, let's do.
But what Lavoe says, make it easier for us to give you the money, put it in commands.
Fair enough. I was so bummed, Steve, that like when we were at the show that I got like all 3 of those alerts for people that jumped the ship off Patreon. I was really sad about that.
Yeah.
I was like, I mean, it usually happens. Almost every month I lose one person. I was like, oh, dang, I lost somebody. I was like, oh, dang, I lost a second person. Oh, dang, I lost a third person. I was like, well, I am officially bummed. I was bummed.
Wow.
And I went and looked at the exit surveys because you have to say something when you bail. And honestly, for anybody who's listening, I would be totally okay if you're like, hey, I'm a hardcore Lego fan. I follow Kevin because he did Lego stuff and he's not doing Lego stuff anymore, so I'm out. But when there's like no reason given, I can't help but sit there and go, well, I guess I wasn't giving them enough content or posting enough. You know what I'm saying? Like I have no constructive criticism or no feedback to work from. So It's just like, I mean, I'm just guessing. I'm guessing like, well, probably because they want Lego stuff and I'm not giving Lego stuff. But if you don't say that, I don't know.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily take it like personally as like if they don't give a reason, then maybe they don't have a reason, you know.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
They just financially.
Some people don't like. Some people just stop supporting you because they don't like you anymore. That's true.
True. Or like just I don't know. Maybe they liked you, but they find like that they just don't engage with your stuff.
Yeah.
Anymore.
And yeah, that's fair.
They're like, well, I'm not gonna keep paying. That's nothing.
I don't get anything out of it.
I'm trying to think like, if I were to, I don't think I've ever like canceled Patreon to anybody so far, but you know, if I were to cancel, like some of the reasons why I might cancel are just simply because like, okay, I just don't engage with this anymore, and so it's nothing against the artist, and therefore I'm not sure I would really say anything. Yeah.
I mean, it's fair. It's totally fair to be like, hey, it's not for me anymore. That's fine.
Yeah.
It's the no reason given is what kills me. It's like can't work with no reason given. You know what I'm saying? Can't do anything with that. All right, there he is. You just gotta let go. You got a ban for that awful pun. Yep. All right. So we only got 9 minutes left, which I don't think. I don't know. What can I draw? Music. Some more music notes. What's another instrument? Give me another instrument, Steve. Not a guitar. I'm not gonna draw another guitar. What's another instrument? Oh, you're muted if you didn't know. You probably know though.
Yes, I know. Sorry.
Okay, that's
Something
fine.
came up and I just had to yell for a moment.
Something suddenly came up. What's an instrument?
An instrument.
Don't say guitar.
Saxophone.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep.
Tenor saxophone, because that's what I play.
The triangle. I love it. All right. Let's Hey, there he is. John Y is here, ladies and gentlemen. Today's episode is sponsored by John Y. He picked our theme. Welcome. Nice to see you. The Beatles are down there in the bottom right, if you couldn't tell. I hope you could tell. I hope it was apparent.
So you're trying to pick one last thing you can draw?
I'm gonna do the saxophone.
Okay.
That was the first thing. I was already looking for reference image. Just draw 2 drumsticks. Oh dang it! Where'd it go? God, I hate it when you. There it is. I hate when you click on an image on a Google search and it's like not really an image; it's like a link. It's like just give me the picture.
Okay, good. It is a tenor sax.
You know what else is? I was just thinking of this the other day. So I've enjoyed all of the Disney Plus Marvel stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I've enjoyed WandaVision. I enjoyed Falcon and Winter Soldier. Loki it currently stands as the only series so far that I've actually gone back and watched the episodes twice now.
Oh.
And I don't really do that. Like, I mean, like I don't usually see a lot of films in theaters twice. I don't usually like rewatch things a lot unless it's like really good. But I was like, oh, you know what? I'm really digging this. And there's a lot to process. So I've gone back and I've watched it twice. It's the only series so far that I've done that with. The others I've watched it and I enjoyed it and that was the end of it. Like I don't need to go back. I don't need to watch it again. But I thought that was an interesting anecdotal review of that show so far.
Can I talk or at least allude to a spoiler from the last episode?
Sure. It won't spoil me. So everybody else.
Were you excited about that helicopter?
Oh, I thought it was like adequately silly. I was like, look at that. and like
I literally I think that is one of the few times in my life I literally did a spit take. I did not expect them to go that absurd.
Yeah, it's funny because I watch it pretty early on, right? Like I don't get up at 3 a.m. or anything, but I watch it the morning of Wednesday when I wake up. But there was a guy that I follow who's not in the US and he had watched it and he posted a screenshot of a comic panel of Thanos riding in the helicopter with his name on it.
Yes.
And he had there was no context at all. Like I woke up, I looked at his Twitter and there it was. And I'm like, that's a silly panel. Yeah. I was like, I don't know what any of this means. And then I watched you know what, probably if I hadn't seen that, I wouldn't have gotten that actually. Because then I watched it and I was like, oh, look, it's that silly panel that guy shared.
I knew about the panel and that's been like sort of a meme for a while. Throughout the Marvel Cinematic Universe, like people joking that because that's from like the 1960s, like
when it's all silly, when it's all ridiculous.
People were joking about like that being like part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. but to actually include even a brief nod to that was amazing.
It was pretty funny. Yep. And yeah, Frog Thor was pretty funny too. I mean, I liked the alligator. I thought the alligator was funny.
Yes.
And just there was a lot of laughing. There was a lot of laughing. Where like Tom Hiddleston's like, okay, I'm willing to accept that. He just like moves on. It was really good. I've enjoyed it. So yeah, I think we've only got 4 minutes left, so we'll hang out and chat for a little bit because that's not enough time. That's not enough time. But I mean, we've got a lot of stuff here. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 12, not counting the Beatles, and then you can add all 4 of those guys. That kind of that adds up pretty quickly. So it was another successful show.
Yeah. Well, as you and I were saying, as we were talking, like you have been consistently more and more filling your canvas.
Yeah.
And it's interesting when you go back and watch some of your earlier stuff.
Yeah. Yep.
If the purpose of this is to improve, then you really have. It's amazing to watch that process of just how rough some of the early stuff was and just how streamlined it's becoming.
Yeah, it's great. Thank you for the compliment too. It is definitely there's a difference, and as I've said, you guys probably saw or most of you probably saw the time lapse that I posted up on Sunday, because I like to make sure that there is a video that hits the YouTube channel every Sunday. And that's usually the time lapse of this show. But when I don't do the show, I need another time lapse. So what do? I go back and I find one of the earlier episodes of this show when I didn't make time lapses, because I only started making those at episode 30. So we are at episode 78 or something. Mm-hmm. And so episode 30 is when I started making time lapses. So I've got 30 episodes worth of non-time lapsed shows. And so I work backwards when I need to make one. And so I've gone back, I don't know, like maybe 8 or 9 episodes at this point. And so, but it's interesting because, I mean, the show itself keeps moving forward. I think I keep getting a little bit better, a little bit more comfortable, a little bit quicker. And meanwhile, once a month at minimum, because that's when I have the guest artist and I need to make a time lapse because the time lapse doesn't come out clean when I have a guest artist. I keep going further and further back. So it's interesting how vastly different they are, and how wacky and just, even like, the style is a little different. And I mean, it's all different. Well,
and that's where I think in talking about like making stickers of some of the stuff you do on Doodle Stream, like if you look at some of your earliest stuff, no, it might not be stickers, but it's gotten to the point where it clearly is.
Can it be stickered? That's the hashtag. Can it be stickered? Yeah, there is some stuff that I'm proud of that I'm like, oh yeah, that's actually pretty good little drawing.
I am very pleased that you drew me my MC Bat Commander.
There. with his missing tooth.
Yeah, it's like he just puts like paint or whatever it is on it. It's not really missing. That's part of the whole costume.
Love it. All right, so let's take a tour. We're at 1 o'clock, so we're going to walk through everything that we drew on today's show, and then we'll wrap up for today. So again, right now we are in a current path where my patrons have made suggestions for the Doodle Stream themes for the foreseeable future. So we still have tons of themes to go through. Today's was musicians / kind of musical bands, kind of that genre. And that was pitched by John Y. So thank you again, John. I appreciate you being a long-term patron. It means a lot, makes a huge difference. Thank you very much. So this was his theme. He pitched this, and I asked them, any of the patrons, is there something you want me to draw as a warm-up within your theme? And he had pitched the Beatles. So that's this first drawing here. I went for them in their like really fancy regalia there. So there's the Beatles. We've got a banjo. That was imperative. So there's the banjo.
No, Banjo is not actually a musician.
No, it's not. That's okay. This is Taylor Swift. Likeness is not on there, but there it is. There's Taylor Swift. We've got Prince. Here's Prince singing. I can hear it. I can hear that image. This is I forgot his name. Somebody from Mudvayne.
Mudvayne.
Yeah, somebody from Mudvayne.
Go back and check, but
yeah. What's up, Ninja? You are late. We are ending right now. Here is. Yeah, there you go. Oh, you know what? Look at this. I forgot. I was gonna put a little bit of glare in his eye, and I never did.
Oh yeah.
Makes all the difference. All right, there we go. So this is one of the Bith Cantina band players from Star Wars. That was great. We got Britney Spears. And here's new 2D from Gorillaz. Here's a very quick little stylized marshmallow. And here's a saxophone.
A tenor saxophone.
To be precise.
Yes. You can tell by the little curve on the top.
Sure. I'll take your word for it. And then this is Steve's suggestion, this Aquabat guy. And we've got Daft Punk working the controls there. I did put oops, I just erased it. That's awful. All right. Wait, where's the oh, there we go. I did put human in his visor. Maybe a little hard to see, but it's there. It's scrolling. It's in its process of scrolling. And then we've got KK Slider, another fun little twist on it. I like it when you guys are able to take the theme and kind of go in a different direction. I like that. I think that's fun. So there you go. There's everything that's music/musician related. So thank you again to John for sponsoring me over on Patreon. Thank you to everybody that supports me on Patreon, supports me here. Let's see. Steve, you have anything you want to talk about? Share, promote, plug?
Not really.
Gotcha.
No, nothing going on in my world other than just waiting for my son.
Waiting for a baby. For a baby. Well, thank you for helping me out today. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you for having me. It's fun. Time flew by.
Always. It always does.
Yeah.
Thank you guys again. Thank you all of you guys that are still watching. Thanks for watching the show live. As another reminder, if you're not already subscribed on YouTube, please hit the sub button. Super close to 1K. Really, really close. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors. Tell your family. If you're watching on Twitch, make sure to throw me a follow. You can see more art like this every single week. If you enjoyed the show today, let me know. Click the thumbs up, hit the likes, hit the hearts, all the things to make me feel better about myself. The Doodle Stream airs every Friday morning from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. unless otherwise noted on social media. And as a reminder, I do have a thing I have to do next Friday, so there's no stream again next Friday.
And before you go, so Bo Laveau asks, what is the theme to?
Yes. Very good question. I'll tell you. Let me open up Patreon. My running theme.
While you're working on that, my question was going to be, because you do have cons coming up, when is the next time that people can find you in person, and where is that?
Yes. Okay, so my next show is Terrificon, that is held at the Mohegan Sun Casino here in Connecticut. It's about an hour south from where I live. I think it's the exact town is Uncasville.
Yeah.
But you just go to the casino. And that is July 30th, 31st, and August 1st. So that's the last couple days of this month. I will be there. Hopefully with some, I'll have all the products I currently have for sale, but hopefully with some new cat stickers too, hopefully. But if not,
for anyone on the fence, like it is a legit con. Like at the casinos there, they have, it is a really nice setup. So if you're on the fence, because I know it's expensive to go to those things, but it is a nice convention, nice experience.
For sure. And our theme next time, so let's see, we have finished horses, we did cartoon characters, we did musicians, Let's see. That is done. Flying. So our next theme is it's going to be sponsored by Hawkeye Lego Man. He was the next commenter on that thread, and the theme will be flying. So stuff like, aircraft, birds, anything that flies, fictional, non-fictional. So that'll be our next theme. So if you're still listening and watching Hawkeye, you were next on the thread. I'm going in order of as people suggested them. So yours is next. LegitCon is better than a high school gym. Yes.
Yes.
And so thanks again, everybody. Really appreciate the support as always. Enjoy the rest of your day. Have a wonderful weekend. And I will see you guys in 2 weeks from now for the next show. Bye.
Take care.